рождает любовь. Любовь ведет меня. О, он забрал всю нашу боль. Спас он, спас он и спас он. Спас он, спас он и спас он.
Hello, guys. How's it going? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the finals. Finally, we've all looked forward to this moment, but then I have to say something before I get straight to it. I'm starting to get a little bit excited, and I'm not gonna be doing this alone, though. I've got someone of good reputation in the community here with me, another caster, someone of good talent, and that person is Carl. What's up, man? Good evening. Say hi.
Repetition I sound now. I'm just a boy, but again, thank you for that, man. Yeah, I'm here, guys. Hello, guys. We are finally at the finals. I have been in the comment section watching every single game, and from what I've seen so far, these two teams are going to give us an absolutely amazing banger. El Cartel, Astral, Black Matter, man. You know, you're the expert here. What do you think this match is going to be like? It's a B7, so do you think it's going to be like 4-0, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3? What do you think this quarter is going to look like, man?
Honestly, El Cartels have pretty much decimated every opponent that has come their way, with the only person, with the only team actually coming close to winning against them being Rashal Goals. So, I mean, Astral is good. They've got reputation. They actually won the tournament, the first tournaments that ML Hub actually hosted. So, they are no small team themselves. But El Cartels have been on form this season and in this tournament. So, definitely, it's probably going to be, a 5-4 or probably a. I mean, I really it's difficult to predict at this point because both teams are really strong. But I'm gonna incline towards a 5 here in favor of Astral. I want to believe Astral are still in form because these are the winners of the last tournament, man.
I mean, to be fair, I want to be like against you as usual, so I'm going to go with Alcatel. That's because I've seen them play, man. I haven't really seen Astro play before, but I've seen Alcatel play, and these guys, nah, come on, man. I've seen how they've dominated every lobby they've set their hands and their foots on. So I think that's one team I really want to watch out for. But again, these are the grand finals. Literally, everybody here has ended their sport. So it's literally down to who deserves the crown, who wants the crown a lot more, and who's going to be able to fight it through a best of 7. Alcatel Astro, man. This is a match I'm very sure you guys don't want to miss, guys. Literally.
Yeah, don't miss indeed. And that we missed the lobby bans, but then we are here. Apologies, guys. We're not using the tournament lobby. There's some little glitch there, but we are using normal lobby. But hopefully, in the next game, we get to see that, so you can enjoy the 5 bans there. But then we will get straight into it, man. This is the draft. This is where you have to get things right, Carl. This is the workshop. If you don't get your draft right, man, you may or may not have a good time when the game starts.
I mean, the thing about drafts is you really need to get. I mean, I've been a victim of a lot of bad drafts, here and there, and I tell you, they never end well. But again, these are 5-star level pro players where these guys, I've literally seen, the craziest drafts where you see a CC go lane, an EXP to a player on the go lane, and they still dominate. So I think, it all comes down to what the team tactics are, how they gank, the early game ganking, and, what they ultimately want to achieve in that early game. So ultimately, it's all going to come down to the team composition and what they have planned out. But yeah, again, drafts are very, very important, in this stage. You want to make sure you win the draft, and maybe you might just go and win the whole game.
Yeah, maybe you might just win the whole game, but then that's the Lancelot and the Irithel ban. They're trying to make sure that they don't get their hands on it. These are both teams that can use whatever they have to their advantage there. And that's both teams shooting themselves in their leg because Cheesy, Lancelot is his main, but and El Cartel has the first pick. So what's the whole idea here? Because Cypher is also a gold laner, and they take down the Granger, which is one of his favorite gold lane. Both teams are supposedly banning the heroes they use best. What's going on here, man?
I mean, I think you know a lot more about that, so I can't comment on that. But I'm just gonna say now the picks are gonna be what matters. You've taken out 2 players already, and the Lanceman is one of those heroes that really can be problematic. You can't catch that guy; he's a little bit too slippery. You can't catch him, and him being banned, very important ban there. But now we see a Bags here, that hero where you cannot regen in that man's front, like you are wasting your time. It's really going to be a major problem going into the game here, man.
Yeah, a major problem there, but that's Darby locking down the Lilia and Vincent there with the Lapu. That's my main, by the way. And the Conquest and Super Hatred would have to go for that second and third pick there, man. I mean, a Lapu against the Bucks here, what can go wrong, man?
I mean, I love the fact you asked that because it answers everything. Everything can go wrong. It's a Lapo versus a Bags here. It's everything can actually go wrong. You can't heal up or do anything in front of that man. And now he's got a Kalia added. You can't heal up, but he can heal up. So this is going to be, a lot of team fights already look like it's going to be going El Cartel's way. But at the end of the day, man, like I did say, the draft, you might win the draft, but it all comes down to how hungry are you in the early game with those ganks, literally?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You gotta say that. But now TZ, he has to go for that pick now. Time is running out, but moves Lord Grimlix with the Hylos pick. I mean, to be fair, Lord Grimlix does have a good pick there. The Hylos is a very good front line, and you know you've got a lot of advantage, especially with that glorious pathway. He can really start out those initiations and just shove himself in the opponent's face as much as possible. But then I'm pretty sure Conquest is up to the task when it comes to that.
I mean, I feel mages though is I see the Ludox, one of those mages I never like to play, bro. She vex me for a game. Like I don't like to go up against her, literally. But again, so far 6. Now the bans are going to come in again. Bruno ban. I don't think that's one of the maximum I see a lot in any games, not even the pro scene. So I don't know if that was the best ban. But again, Bruno is taken down. Fredin also taken down. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Fredin also taken down. That's their Prisa going down. But Cypher now has to pick a hero now. That's the gold laner for Astrals. And he has to make sure that the decision he makes is not going to backfire because they've got a Calais, the title strike, they've got Cheesy with the shield unity. So that's a lot of mobility there and over the wall movement. And Cypher going for a Beatrix here. I mean, Beatrix does have some level of mobility, but you'd expect him to go for something way better. Perhaps a 1-1, because 1-1 is pretty meta right now, and she's not banned right now. So that would give Astral a lot of advantage. But then we have to consider the player's experience with the hero here before you go for it, man. But what do you think about this Beatrix pick, man?
I mean, Beatrix, well, she can be a menace. She actually can be. But it's also very, very dependent on this. It depends on a lot of factors, you know. So it can be a good pick and it can be ultimately a very bad pick. But ultimately, again, team composition is the word to use there. But again, all of you on chat asking about the tournament lobby again. Black Master did say that earlier, but I'm just gonna say that again to you guys. Unfortunately, there were a couple of glitches here and there, so we could not use the tournament lobby for game 1. Hopefully, it's going to be back for game 2 and the rest of the games on the series here, man.
Yeah, definitely. But that's TZ. They're locking down the joy. So we're going to be seeing some electrifying beats here. And Super Hatred is going to have to be careful. But thankfully, he's got Entropy on his side, as well as Super Saiyan with the champ stance. I mean, I love the fact that they've got some mobile heroes here, man. You can't afford to not go for mobile heroes, especially against Astral with their lineup, because they've got Hylos there. And once that glorious pathway is on your feet, man, the slow. We have to talk about that, man. Hylos is annoying, man.
I mean, this is it, guys. We're about to head into the action. I mean, guys, aren't you excited to be here? Because I know I am. It's the best of 7. It's the grand finals. This is the end of the road. Literally, there's no further going from here. You have to take the crown, take the throne, or you're going to lose it all. So this is a do or die. Literally, you can't be losing any map here. And this is the very first one. Cartel want to win it, Astral want to win it, but again, it's going to come down to who's actually more hungry and who actually wants that throne for themselves. But again, me versus Black Martyr, the beef you like to see. Who is it going to be, Black Martyr? Just one word, map 1. What do you think is going to be, man?
Astral.
All right. I'm happy you said Astros because literally I am El Cartel's here. So let's go, man. We finally head into that game and the farming phase is about to start. Black Martyr, take us away, man.
Yeah, definitely. And that's gone on the mid lane there. Going to start the clear. But no, he's going to take a detour onto the orange buff. That's the wave breaker on the ground there. That's Conquest waiting for the buff to spawn to assist Cheesy there. Meanwhile, on the other side, Lord Grimlix will come here. He might want to go for an invade. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you've got the Hylos there, so that's an earlier advantage. But no, the man just want to provide vision for his teammate there. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, that's Don Darby with the Dark Wave poking out gun here. The man's already half HP, losing HP, might be the first blood. No, he's not. He will flicker out just in time.
Well, you can already see that flicker being popped. And again, look at that top lane there. Beatrix, you see this is versus the Nathan, and they are contesting for the gold crab. Ultimately, Beatrix does get it. And now towards the mid lane once again, this is just going to be, taunts and just poking. Nobody's going in for a full-on gunfight or team fight, rather. And you're going to see the recalls being spammed and just, taunting the opponents. That's what I love to see, guys. I love it when they taunt. I love it, man.
No, you've got to love it. But then up top there, Cypher isn't exactly loving it because, he doesn't exactly have that mobility there. But that's the title strike from Conquest there. Engaging Lord Grimlix. Lord Grimlix, he doesn't want to commit. He's losing HP there. Is that ring of punishment is really draining his HP. That's the thing about the Hylos, man. When you're out of mana, you can use your HP to cast your skills, but then at what cost, man?
Yeah, now EXP lane there. Pac and Lapu, they've just been dancing around. Again, the EXP lane is that lane where it's literally a show of hands all to the game up until the late game where they start to get invaded. And that's exactly what they're doing now. They're just, coming down to who's a lot faster, who's a lot better. And right now, they're just dancing. And look at the total spawns in 10 seconds on the EXP lane. So that's maybe a common gank, and Lapu has to be careful, man.
Yeah, you have to be careful, but then that's a poke from Conquest there. The Wave Breaker, the Surge of Life as well. But Lord Grimlex now popping out the Revitalize, a brilliant resource used just before the Lord Dance is completed. And that's Conquest and Super Saiyan doing their jobs. Only them out. I just try connect onto one. But that's Lord Grimlex trying to salvage. Was that? But Cheesy finds the turtle there with the Retribution. Reverse Fighter comes in as well. Wave Breaker with the Tidal Strike for Cheesy. Unity comes in, connects to Lord Grimlex, but Vincent fakes the first blood. And that's where that came from. Lord Grimlex falls, and Astral have to pull up now. But will they let him? Electrifying beat. He does not. Conquest force now. Cheesy finds the kill, and Army pays as well. Super Saiyan fights another, but they are not done. They're still looking for more, and that's Super Saiyan in the midst of it all. But Paquito, there's a limit to what this man can tank, and that was not what his limits could take.
I mean, a 2 and 3 trade there, not really bad, very close numbers. Literally could have been anybody's team fight, but ultimately, the guys from the one and only Astrals are going to start off with the Alcatraz now. And look at that lane, Hylos versus the Kalia. It's just going to be a battle of no damage, literally, man. They're just going to dance and dance and dance till somebody else comes in. And the mid lane is where you've seen Hylos a lot around that mid lane area. So I think we're trying to give his own mid lane an early advantage. And the MMs are being left alone to play and dance. And EXP as well, the same thing as now you see Lapu eventually going towards that mid lane. Bags are critically low, maybe has to recall, and now we get a pulse.
Yeah, we get a pause, man. But we have to talk about the dynamics here, man, because if you really look at things here, you'd notice that, Lord Grimness is just providing vision. The man's just holding off on those initiations. He knows that, okay, at this point, I'm the Hylos and I don't have enough HP. That Thickening Blood hasn't scaled on enough equipment yet. So I just have to provide enough vision for my teammates and just support them, give the illusion of the numbers advantage so that Astrals will have to be careful before they engage. But then, if you really think about it, El Cartels are also not going easy because then they are the winners. They have played this. They have been in tight situations. Rashal Goose gave them a good time, but a tough time. But then we can also consider the fact that Astros are not newbies themselves. They are also experienced when it comes to games like this.
Yeah, that's for sure. But again, I mean, look at the goal difference so far. It's literally close. 8.8k for the side of El Cartels and 9,000 and less than 100 there for the side of Astral. Very close goal. So you can say the Obel is farming. And eventually it's going to come down to that mid game where things start to get a little bit different in terms of gold and the equipment's being brought in. But again, so far, man, this has been a very quiet game. We have seen Fireflies drop, so that's also a lot of numbers going down early on. And the mid game is going to be where I think things are going to start to get tense, man.
Yeah, the mid game definitely, because we're going to be seeing some heroes tank here and scale on some equipment they be building, especially when Lord Grimmie starts buying those anti-cuirass and getting those guardian helmets in, as well as Cheesy with the anti-regen. I mean, you've got to revitalize on the Hylos, and definitely Cheesy, that's where he's going to be shoving his face in, because he knows that backside mark is going to be helpful in that situation there. But then it's going to be Cheesy versus Neltizi there, because that's the jungle, and Neltizi definitely don't want to be losing any more objectives to Cheesy, as the first auto probably was an example, but I'm pretty sure Neltizi is going to work on his retry next time.
Yeah, the retry is very important, guys. I can tell you personally, I'm a very bad retry user, bro. I mean, I will use the retry before I start the load. I am just that bad, chat. You guys don't blame me, bro. It's Black Matter that is my coach. Black Matter is actually my coach, guys. So that's why I'm that bad. Like coach, like student, guys. But again, now hopefully the pro players are not as bad as I am. As now we're about to head into hopefully the post about to end soon, man.
Yeah, definitely. We've got like 1 minute left on the pause. So yeah, El Cartels, you have to be very careful how you use your pause. This is just the first game, and this is still the early game of the first game out of 7. So hopefully out of 7, hopefully maybe not 3 or 4 games, because in a best of 7, whoever gets more points ahead. So yeah, we have to really consider that. But then Astrals are not exactly new to this either. I'm sure they've got stamina to hold on. They're not using their pauses yet. They might be having issues on their side though, but then they know that, okay, look, we've got only like 3 pauses in a single fixture, so we need to utilize those pauses when we really need them the most. And in my opinion, an early game like this is not exactly the best time to use a pause. But then El Cartels, that's the unpause. Okay, we're back in, man.
Yeah, we're back in, guys, and this is the action about to unfold again. And this is what I love to go and see. And the goal lane gank, look at that. It's a 3v1, 3v2 at the Kalia I think she knows, and she's going to back it down slowly. And the total in 44 seconds, that's a lot of time to still farm. Beatrix now still just, I don't know what she's waiting for exactly. Maybe a stun surprise on the Nathan. But mind you, and now she goes in the ultimate form, but no, ultimately no damage found. And here we go again, man.
Yeah, here we go again indeed. But then a gank here from LTZ, trying to support Vincent here. But that's the shield unity coming in to support. But no, Jungle Warrior defensively from Vincent there. Electrifying beat from LTZ and the temporary range. But that will be him using it defensively to get away. All Cartels, they don't want to commit. Neither does Astral, as that total will soon spawn on the EX plane a second time. Hopefully, LTZ gets that rectory in. He really has to.
Yeah, that's to get the Reggie no doubts because we've seen Cheesy, outsmart him there the very first time on the total. And you don't want that to happen this time. As now they go in, it looks like it's going to be all on Massacre. The team fights come through, and now Alexis say no, critically low. He's going to fall first. The damage comes in, Beatrix goes as well, and this is going to be a team fight. Astral are definitely going to get easy as it comes.
As it comes indeed, the Bruce Passion from Cypher, but want to clear the mid lane there. The total has been taken there, and that's the Cartel getting a free, actually, Astral getting a free total, and on the mid lane there, Gon want to try and defend the tier 1 on the mid lane there, but the objective has been secured, and both teams, it seems like they're trying to go up. You see from Cheesy, trying to support the Nathan up top, Super Hatred. He's going to need as much support as he can, but then Conquest as well, realizing that the numbers might not be in his favor, as he will try to support Super Saiyan up top.
And back to it again, just farming. You see Hylos there. Kalia does know where they are, so I think she's going to get given out. But now, Beatrix with the ultimate, and Nathan goes in. That may not be the best call. There's way too many people close. Kalia as well for the support. They're both going to back down. And no, she's not backing down. Hylos now, the ultimate pops. And Kalia, the kill is not going to get confirmed for either. What is Bantia doing? Bantia wants to go for the kill at all costs.
Yeah, there's Sauce's voice stands there from Easy there, but we will not let him go. They will not let him go. And that's the ring of punishment from the Hylos. But Grimlex might find the kill there. And that's LT stealing the kill away with the brain break. A Conquest now in the midst of 2. And that's revitalized with the, oh my goodness there. There's more with the wind breaker there. With the sort of life. But Super Saiyan picks up the kill there. Knockout. And that's Super Saiyan picking a double onto the LTZ. This Bakito is not so fun tonight. He's not laughing with anyone. He will come for blood up top, leaving his lane though vulnerable to Vincent, as Vincent will take the tier 1 on the EX plane.
I mean, Black, I'm going to ask you, did you actually see the Kalia there? She literally was tanking the damage over and over. Joy was doing everything, the double damage on her, but she did not die. And Pac had all the time to come all the way from the bot lane, and he got there on time, got a double kill. That was absolutely beautiful. But again, like he did say, Lapu now is going to get that first turret taken down. And here you go, man. The turrets are going to start falling.
Yeah, the turrets are started falling, but then they have to be very careful. El Cartels, how they rotate, because that could be, costly. That's the LTZ up top, has a chance now to push the tier 1 on the gold lane, but does not there. You can see that the total is being taken there by El Cartels. They've secured the total there, an easy one at that. Finally, they get another objective free, but meanwhile, another turret will pay for it, and that's 1-for-1 turret being taken by both teams.
And this is not looking very good now. Alcatel have lost a couple more. I think they've lost a couple more turrets, haven't they now? Yeah, they have lost 2. Now Shot lose 1, but now the team fight comes through, and now Kalia saw the ultimate pop, and they go in. Hylos tries to go away, and Banzia takes Lilia down first. Lapu now goes in for the damage. Wait, there's 4 players around you. He's able to get the 1 kill, but of course he's also getting 4. And look at that, man. The trades are going to come through, and now they are tied up. The gold level equal. The kill count also 8 and 8 for both sides.
Yeah, for both sides. Meanwhile, up top there, we can see Sebastian. Man, get a big cocky. He has to flicker out now. That's a 3v1, and in the enemy's jungle at that. That will not be a wise move for him. Meanwhile, down bottom on the gold lane, Conquest there with the wave break up. But then Cypher coming in to defend the tier 1 there. He might not let it slide. He might not let them take it easily. But then that's a penetrate onto the minion waves to prevent them from taking out the tier 1 on the gold lane.
Okay, this is just back to farming again. The 8-minute mark now clocked, though. About to clock 8 minutes. I think I spoke to you soon, and now it's been clocked, guys. I'm not exactly a timekeeper, am I now? But again, 8-minute mark now finally crossed. And again, the goal difference is now increasing, but in favor of the El Cartels, because you saw them get a slow start. It was Astral with the goat lead by a little, but now look at that bot lane. Joy goes down and falls. And that was a very fast kill. I didn't even see that happen. And again, now it's 9 and 8 in terms of kills, man.
Yeah, definitely. El Cartel's now leading in 1 point there. That's 9-8. The scoreboard there in favor there. Okay, Tidal Strike brings him off. But then that's the Grimlex there with breakup. But doesn't want to contest there. Dark Wave poking him out. But then that's the shield unity there. Vincent won't want to get away. It's the midst of two there. Vincent getting low. The Real Spider comes in. The Raging Slash gets 3 minutes to for his time as well. And that's through. Oh my goodness, Glory Real Spider being cognizant. But that's the Real Spider. Cypher comes out. I'm trying to clean up there. And that's gone. Looking to war with the power of Chaos. Cypher finds Conquest. Cypher wants to get more. But that's a figure out from Sondari, but he cannot escape. Gon will get the double, and that's Sondari picking up one. Astral will gain the advantage as they take out the Lord in an uncontested Lord dance.
I mean, again, it was a 2-4-2 trade there. But you know, you see, Arkansas still was the lead in terms of kill count here. But now they need to go to backwards and the low cannot be the best call. Now they are going to gang on the man. He might fall, but help comes through and Bags here. You see, Beatrice critically low was going to get the Lord. That's going to be the one thing. Banjo once again wins the Lord, and that's exactly what you want to go and see. And El Cartels once again are going to outmaneuver as they take 2 players down, and the Drug Lord so far look a lot better.
A brilliant outplay at that, but that's easy there, coming to the jungle there, the enemy jungle like that, they'll see it, gets done by the shooting into there, let's find Beat able to get it in, but that team has to get away now, that's the defensive one, but no, the time is done, doesn't have enough for it, Super Saiyan has to let him go now, meanwhile down for some dead part of Chaos, but no, that's just Astral trying to clear the waves there on the top lane, and the mid lane, the Lord is approaching from the mid lane, they have to make sure that Lord doesn't make it to any of their inhibitors, man.
Yeah, that's going to be very important to them. So now they need to defend that Lord. Vitrix now with the ultimate form. There's a lot of damage being done. You see Joyous what goes in. And yeah, that was very fast. That was way too fast, Black Matter. But again, it is what it is. The goal lead so far now, 31.7 versus 29.6. And 13-12 likes to close but Bags here. That was not a good call. Has to go back, but he's still taunting as usual. Now they are not going to go in for any radical team fights there.
Yeah, they can't actually because the wave management is against them, but that's Neltizi there. Okay, you might want to go for this one. Neltizi finds them, but doesn't want to commit just yet. The electrifying bits, the Leonin Crystal to slow him down. Cheesy has to be slowed down now, has to pull back because you don't want to commit when you're at a disadvantage. And Astral knows that. They know that right now the wave management is what matters. One Tidal Strike there by Bring Me. Yes, it does. Bring Me with the Standing Star finds one. The revitalizing Lord Grimlex with the glorious pathway defensively to get out of there. Astral does not want to engage in any team fights right now.
Yeah, I mean, just play that safe, you know. The thing about these games are, it's a final. You want to make sure you're not losing too many lives for losing sake and losing gold and all that. You want to be tactical, very strategical. That's the word to use. And that's exactly what they're doing. Playing it slow, playing it steady until they get an opening to actually push out of the base. And I think, you know, that's going to be very important to them because if they get that chance to push out of the base, that might just be the end call for Astral here. So if you're an Astral player and you're the Astral coach, you want to make sure your team as well, they are looking in for those counter-attacks. If this was football, you'd use the word counter-attack. So that's going to be a very important thing. You don't want to let them get any advantage whatsoever. Keep them in their base, wait for the next Lord, get the Lord, and that might be your cue to, you know, eventually start pushing out. But now they go in and look at that Highland's ultimate bomb, and now a full-on teamfight. Massacres might come through. Beatrix pops the old balloon, sticks her down first, and again, El Cartel are destroying numbers after numbers as 2 players make that 3 are going to fall.
Yeah, everyone until Darby is gonna fall. Super Saiyan finding the kill with the knockups there. And that's more where that came from. Super Hatred might want to find one with Entropy there. That's interference. Super Hatred. The man's not confident enough. He doesn't want to commit. Just said Vincent, the last man standing. Jungle Warrior defensively to go back into the total death. But that's Super Saiyan. That's why I want to call him Brevet Fighter as well. Stammy Slam brings it back in. Vincent, you cannot attack this much. But it's already slashed. The man is still defending for no. Super Hatred puts him in his place. And that's El Cartel's getting the advantage there in a near unofficial wipeout as they will not fight enough there. That's what sounds there from Cheesy. He might want to go for those anti-regen there. But now Cheesy getting out of the way. Astral has to pull back. This still fight is not in their favor. That Lord is still down. And that's El Cartel withdrawing from the fight. Lord Grimlex has to signal the withdraw now. They have to get back now, man.
And well, again, let's see, 1 player falls. Finally, they have lost a player in a very long time. It's 18 and 13 in terms of kill count. And again, for the gold, 42 against 37. A free Lord Nathan there. Solos that Lord. Easy one for them. And once again, El Cartel look like this might be their game, you know. And the guys, don't forget, Cow versus Black Matter is still on.
Yeah, Cow versus Black Matter is still on. But then, this is also an Astral versus El Cartel. So that's Super Saiyan on the mid lane. They're clearing the waves here. They really, right now, what matters more is to make sure that the waves are aligned so that Lord can really give them a good push for them to end the base. Because right now, El Cartels have the wave advantage, man.
That's for sure. And they, mind you, they also have that Lord making that move towards the base eventually. And if you're the side of Astral, I think you want to play safe and wait for that Lord to come 2 or 2. You don't want to go outside and overextend. So that might be punishable. And I think that's exactly what they are doing. Is now they are going to throw that Lord very easily. And you can see Cartel trying to now get the top lane turret falling. And it might work. It's now Kalia goes in, takes Hydos and brings them out to the Tim for feasting. And I don't think you want to dive that turret, guys. There's no minion, so they have to wait down. But now the Lord has fallen. Back to square one.
Yeah, back to square one, but now this, he has to be back to the base now. The electrifying bit is already used, the great resource used already, and 4 members make that 5 of El Cartels are coming for him. They're checking the bushes now, but no, Neltiz is too far away. He has to recall now. He will. Leonel Crystal to catch up to his teammate as both teams will move for the wave play.
Yeah, back to wave management here, guys. Don't forget, if you're on the chat and you play, especially Flames Whitey, bro, I'm just joking. Hello, man. You guys make sure you wave. If you're playing ranked in cow, please clear waves, guys. Clear the freaking waves. And that's exactly what these pro players are doing right now. So you guys watch how they play and learn a thing or two when you're playing classical ranks, because I am tired. But again, guys, here we go. It's the Lord is going to spawn in 74, so if you're Cartels, you are currently controlling the pace at which the game is going. You need to now make sure you continue as you started, and you don't need to let Astral make any moves out.
Yeah, you don't want to let them moves, but then that's El Cartels there, holding their line there. That's Conquest Shield there. Okay, title strike, but no, Vicent. He doesn't get picked up by the Tsunami Slam. Meanwhile, up top, Kizzy might just be getting a little bit overconfident here. And that's the conceit from Conquest. But the man doesn't want to commit both teams. They're just taunting each other at this point, man.
Yeah, the taunting is there. But again, don't mind you. Look at that Lord. It's going to spawn in soon. It's going to be very important. You want to make sure you have the Lord in your favor if you're El Cartels. You can't let a single sleep up. You are now at the 60th minute mark and closing in. So you do want to make sure you get that Lord. This is literally going to late game. The Lord is going to get a lot more powerful. You do not want to lose that Lord. And that's exactly what they need to counter. But now, this is going to be a very dangerous fight here. You don't want to take it to 5v1. Hylos now also going to get bombed. Biggest going to enjoy with the very first kill. He's going to fall. Biggest goes. Until falls. And now Cartels are going to lose the numbers in absolute wild manner. And Lapu, there's that turret. One more player falls. And look at those numbers fall. Exactly what I talked about. You don't want to give Astral the chance.
A black shoes outplay from Tondarby there. That was a brilliant move from Astrals as they will get the near wipeout, the 3-man down from the side of El Cartels. Conquest finally gets that Antikuras against Cypher. He needs that. And now Astral has to melt this Lord as fast as possible to make sure that they get an advantage here. But El Cartel might just let them know they will not. And that ends up being a hatred picked up one there. Cypher already taking down the Lord. And that's Cypher falling. Well, a Lord for a marksman. I don't know if that's a worthy trade, but both teams have to pull back now. Astral having the wave advantage.
I mean, now this is exactly what I did talk about. You don't want to lose that Lord. It's a literal late game Lord. You can't be affording to make mistakes like that. As now El Cartels are going to get pushed back, and this might be a dangerous now spot to be in. Now Joy back. Look at that mid lane. Might not be the best call to make. Joy goes in. She might get the kill, but she's going to leave that turret. And now she's completely boxed them. This cannot be good. Now,
there's gonna be there. That's shooting. Already starts in there. Got his point stance. Now he has to get away there. That will backfire real quick. Tondarby with the dark wave, putting him out there. But can he? He does not want to. The Tortoise point stance is still active there. And that's the title strike from Conquest. He's trying to support him for more dark wave from Tondarby. He's clearing the waves. And that's one thing about the Lilia. She's really good at that when she starts. But no, GZ doesn't man is not satisfied yet. They want to defend El Cartels. They are not out of this game yet. And while they are still in it, they want to make sure that our wave management does not cost them the game.
Ben Block, I'm going to ask you, I beg, where's Lord good at? I know, I didn't see Lord again. I mean, he was literally there 1 second and then he don't disappear, bro. I didn't see anything, guys, but the Lord has fallen. It's 21-17. The Gold is not getting close. 57 against 55. And now they go. Joy with the very first kill. And El Cartels now look like they're losing a lot of lives, and this cannot be good. 3 players are going to fall. Immortality comes to and saves Cheesy for 4. And wow, he will still fall. That's a literal wipeout.
Yeah, wipe out for them. It's a wipeout, man. It's a coordinated attack, but that's LTC outplaying the turret there. And the Rose Gold Meteor as well as the Blood Wings will help him out in that situation with those shields there. And that's Astral. They might take that one in, and they're pushing for the base. The Ignorance pathway to hasten their pace, and the inhibitor turret is down 1 million in. Astrals are about to take the game one as they spam the recalls. Yes, they do. They take game one. And yeah.
How? How, bro? There's no way Black Matter won me, chat. There's no way Black Matter won me, bro.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.
You did. And it's sad. It is. But wow, yeah, I mean, you won't even lie. That was a tense game. No, both sides. I mean, I don't even know when Astral got a lot more kills. Now they have 22 against 21. You know, it's just that late game. They had the late game properly planned. Again, we know we did say if they got a chance to push out, they would be able to utilize that. And that's exactly what they did. One single overextension there before that first load, we saw the 60-minute mark. That was what ruined everything for El Cartel. That one player overextending. You saw Astral, they banked on that. They cashed that out full time. They got a lot of money. They cleared out the team, and then you saw that second wipeout. That was absolutely phenomenal. As Astral are going to get the very first map in the best of 7. This is what is the word to use? I don't know what the word to use, Black Matter.
Perhaps try overwhelming or absolute cinema.
Yeah. Cinema. Put your hands up. Raise your hands up. Absolute cinema, bro. Raise your hands up.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, if the game one is like this, I want to see the remaining games, man. I mean, it's definitely going to be fire, and I'm pretty sure El Cartels won't take this loss lying down. They're definitely gonna bring up their guns, because if you don't bring out your guns in the finals, where else are you gonna bring them out, man?
Secrets are too great for you.
Maybe in the retirement home, chat. But no, it's not gonna get there. It has to be in the finals. It has to be here in the finals, man. No doubt. It has to be here in the finals.
Yeah, somebody said we want a game 7, and that's Cody Blackman. So while we're coordinating for the second game, and I'm pretty sure they're fixing things in the tournament lobby, so we're probably gonna be seeing some tournament lobby in the second game, because the first one, like we said, had some little glitches here and there. But we're gonna be engaging the comments while we are waiting, and we're gonna be asking you guys in the comment section, what do you think about game 1? Do you think El Cartels could have taken that game, or do you think Astral were in the right front and Astral had the advantage? All right, so comments are coming in, because right now we have 61 players in the chat, man. I mean, we've got a lot of people than usual here. I mean, at some point it was like 70-something, but then I can also see you chatting in.
No, you can't blame me, man, because El Cartel, I literally had my money on them. I might have put my house rent on them, guys, so I might be homeless at the end of the day, chat. I think that might be the case, because like El Cartel's all my money gone, and man, I'm hoping for a good map too, but again, Astral, man, these guys, they deserved it, man. The wisdom, the way they executed the final, the final two team fights there, that was nothing short of perfection. That was clean, that was perfectly executed, and man, Astral, clean game for them, deserved the win, as now we make our way into a map too, man.
Yep, we definitely make our way to a map too, but then, man, you have to go up to the spectating area. By the way, we noticed that, some comments here coming in saying, someone says, game 1, absolute cinema. Yep, I do agree with that. Game 1 was impressive from Astrals as well as El Cartels. Another person says, the guy Lilia is top-notch. Well, that's RB for you. He knows what he's doing. And yes, the Lilia was good when it comes to the pokes and the pills. And man, you got to look at the polls here, man. You were right. I mean, if you think about it, everyone in the comments here, there was a poll made on the chat, and there's man, literally everybody thought it was going to be an El Cartel game, but man, Astral, I think like you did say earlier on, but I didn't believe you about experience being a factor here, and you did say Astral, or they have more of the experience compared to El Cartel, and they just showed you why they are the more experienced squad by just absolutely shutting off El Cartel in that late game. And MJ and Shecky, I don't need to get house, man. Just that this time, man, I won't lie, I'm actually homeless, guys. Send 2K, guys. But again, guys, wonderful game, man. But now, again, Black Matter, me versus you, because this beef will never end. Game 2, who is going to win? El Cartel, Astral. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to go for El Cartels now, because I know they're definitely not going to... They're definitely not gonna take this lying down. I know they're gonna come all out this time around, man. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, the thing is, to be fair, I'm just gonna say I want to go for Alcatel as well, but like I have to be an opponent to you. I cannot be on your side, bro. So of course I'm going to go for Astral here. They won game one. All they now need to do is win game two as well to lock in their double lead in a best of 7. First to get 4 maps back to back is going to win the whole thing. So if I only want one, all they now need is 3 more. And if you're Alcatel, of course you don't want to let that happen. That cannot be something you want to let happen for sure.
Yeah, definitely not gonna let that happen. But then we can see the lobby bans here, man. I mean, the tournament lobby is still not up, so we're gonna have to resort to what we have, and that's Cypher saying speaking on behalf of Astrals, Kimi and Sicilian is their lobby bans, and on the side of El Cartels, they're yet to talk. But then, I mean, man, Kimi and Sicilian, I do agree with the Sicilian ban, man. Sicilian can be quite an annoying mage, especially in that backline, man.
Yeah, I mean that I can't lie. I've met a lot of Sicilians that actually traumatized me myself. So that's one thing. If once you give the guy a little range, he's just going to absolutely outplay you. So you need to get close to that man if you want to be able to do anything. So yeah, that's one of the players you always want to ban. If in a game like this, in a pro game like this, especially when you have players like RB that are ridiculously good with their mages. But again, now the maps, the picks and bans here for the players are coming in, and yeah. We are going to see who's going to win the draft this time. Because last time out, I think we did say El Cartel won the draft, but they lost the game. Crazy stuff, bro.
Yeah, it's like winning the battle and losing the war type shit, man.
Yeah, that's it right there, man. So now this time again, drafts are going to be very important. But again, we did say as well, it's drafts are really good. Winning the draft is a really good thing. It gives you an extra sense of confidence going into the actual map itself. But then ultimately, what matters is that early game ganking and how you're able to think on your feet at different scenarios in the actual game. Like we saw that with Astral. I think I'm going to glaze them for a while over and over again because you saw the very first time where they finally had a glimmer of hope. They were in their base for at least 5 minutes there. They could not push out, and then they saw one player from El Cartel overextend, and they timed the attack so perfectly that they got 3 kills. And then you saw the second time again. They play safe. They find an opening. They maximize the opening, and they make it work. So that's a very, very important thing. In a game like Mobile Legends, bangy, as I call it, bangy chat. But again, about you, man. This is getting very important, man. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And I like the word you use, which is actually the perfect word to use in that situation, which is maximize, because they really did, man. That one wipeout was all it took for them to take the tier 1, the tier 2, the inhibitor, and that was still not enough. They pushed for the base because why not, man? We want to take the game, and that was the goal. But we will get straight into the draft pick, man. This is, again, the workshop, man. If you get it right here, there's a good chance you can get it right in the game. And that's still teasing with the first pick here, man. It's got options with the first ban, rather. It's got options, and perhaps he could consider taking down the Hylos, but no, he goes for the Xbox.
Xbox ban. Also one of those heroes there. If I use Xbox, I feel like I don't die, and then I die 70 times. I usually get a choke on that guy. But this is what it is, Jack. Xbox doesn't get banned. And again, the Lapu being taken out. I can't lie, the Lapu was a major problem. You can literally see the man, he was able to lock a person, and he's going to take that kill. Even if he dies, he's going to get that kill first. Super tanky. You never want to face a good Lapu user. And in a lobby like this where everybody's a pro player, bro, Lapu is a very, very wonderful ban choice.
Exactly, man. I mean, El Cartels are starting to know that, okay, look, Vicent knows what he's doing, as well as Astrals, they're really regarding that Baxia there, that cheesy Baxia. You can't afford to let that Baxia live, especially if they're considering going for a support or a character that really depends on the region, like Uranus.
Yeah, this is one of those characters I actually call out again. The man that doesn't die. That's what I tagged him as. A very, 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 very annoying player to face, especially if you're an EXP player. You don't want that guy on your lane because he's going to freeze that lane for the whole game. But again, Baxia taking out, very important. Xbox gone, Lancelot as usual, and now we're seeing Angela being picked by Tonga. I think this is going to be very interesting. Angela, wow.
Yeah, definitely. With that adjustment they made on her ultimate there, now it's 20 seconds permanent once she detaches. So you kind of have to make sure that you don't have her against you, because right now Angela is trying to get on the meta support area, but Conquest there with the Calais, still sticking to that Calais there. I still think Astral could have gone for that Calais ban over the Xbox ban. Or what do you think, man?
You should.
Yeah, Calais was a major issue, ultimately, but I think they handled it. You know, the thing about the game is they handled Kalia. You know, she might have been a major problem, yes, but they still won the game. So, you know, I think that a little bit of the confidence now brought up to them is that they think they can handle Kalia. And, you know, that might be a bad pick, a very bad choice to make there. Because now you see it Fredrin and Kalia, super tanky heroes there. Man, you have to find a way to counter that. Now a Kai for the jungle. Okay, what do you think about that, Black?
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting one. I'm pretty sure though that he's picking that for Cheesy because you want to try like heavy spin Cheesy out of the the objective so that you can pick it in. I've seen that being done quite often. And Cypher finally going for that 1-1 because the 1-1 is not banned in any of the parts, whether the lobby or the draft. So, why not? I mean, 1-1 is pretty meta, and that's what Cypher want to take advantage of, especially since he now have the hard guard support and Tondarbi there running the Purify. That's a very good one, especially when Conquest has the Calais and Cheesy has the Fredrin, but that's gone there with a long range mage, Fasa, and that's very good. That's really good, man. I mean, Fasa it has a high burst, high range, high mobility. I mean, what can go wrong when you have a Fasa? But that's the last band being unlocked for both teams. And Void Hacker with that band, Vincent hasn't picked yet, and Lord Grimlex, but he can't take down the high lows. I mean, Void Hacker has every reason, but no, he takes down the Loyal Spear a lot.
Lord, this guy also, I've seen a lot users lately. They've been moving like Lancelot, bro. Like, bro, you can't catch them, you can't kill them. Show that they're mad. All these Alot users, bro, you guys rest. It's so annoying. So I think that's a valid ban, especially if you have a good Alot user on the opening team. That's a very good ban there. And Aethel, Banis, whoa, this okay. Whoa, now we're back to picks, Black. We're back to picks.
Yeah, we're back to picks, but then that's Super Saiyan there. He has only 14 seconds to make a decision there. The time's running out. Perhaps he's waiting for input from his teammate, or perhaps just indecisive on his end. But no, okay. But dang, the Fist of Zen himself. And no, he will switch over there to the show. Oh my goodness, I will like this one. But Tondarbi's running a Purify. So Cypher has the needles in flowers. So that's the CC immunity on the CC remover on the 1-1. And now TZ has the heavy spin, and the heavy spin acts as a debuff. The CC removal. I mean, Super Saiyan probably wasn't thinking this through when he went for the Cho, because now the Jikundo can't really catch that much. He's only looking at probably Vincent, and if Vincent goes for a Purify, then Super Saiyan is, I don't even know who he's going to be targeting at that point.
Again, the Yu Zhong, one of those heroes that you don't like to play against, but again, I think Yu Zhong, a lot of times they tend to get a little bit too cocky, and they always pay for that. They always pay because they somehow think that they are God, and their S2 will heal them, and then it doesn't activate, and then they are cooked. So that's going to be something to actually watch out for. You want to make sure you don't let Yu Zhong, be able to activate that passive there. But now you see the picks completed for El Cartels once again, almost completed rather, and now it is Bane. The recent buff on Bane has been an issue, hasn't it now, Black?
Yeah, he has, but then Void Hacker, I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing there. I don't know if that's to counter, Neltizi, but then that's not a Bane jungle. That is a Bane EXP. So we got to keep that in mind. And that's a Conquest, Calais Rome. I want to see how this goes. I mean, a Bane versus a Yu Zhong, that's regen versus regen. Because if we think about it, the Shark Bite does grant him some level of regen. So there's a lot of things we have to. I really want to pay attention to Super Saiyan here. He's gonna struggle because of the kind of lineup that Astral has when it comes to the CC removal. This is a team that want to make sure that they don't have. I mean, Tondarbi has his passive there to shift enemies, push enemies back whenever they come close. But then he still supported that with a Purify. Who can Super Saiyan catch? I beg.
I mean, literally, I want to know. But again, mind you, Bane is the gold lane. What I said. So it's a Bane gold lane versus 1-1. It's a Chow room, and it's Chow EXP other Kalia roam. So this is okay. I just saw that, Black. It's a Bane gold.
Yeah, it's actually weird. It's not. But then that's El Cartels. They do take, they flip convention and somehow make you walk. And that's Vincent still standing there on the mid lane. But that is, guys, welcome to game 2 of the finals. Astros versus El Cartels. Astros has the advantage now, 1-0 lead. But will El Cartels take that line down? Because they are the undefeated champs so far in this tournament. Or will Astros put them in their place and show them while they're the tournament champions of the previous tournament? But then on the mid lane there, that's Tondarbi He really has to stand it up and make sure that that bastard doesn't zone him out with the cost of Crow, man.
Very important again. But now you're going to see the River Clip already lost. Was he lost? Yes. Oh, it's just spawned. My bad then. Kai trying to get that far. So Kai not really the best damage, tank out there, but he can be a major problem. And now River Clip taking for them. The goat lead is going to be there by a little bit. And so far, nobody overextended. So a very slow start. Zetian with the, she's a very terrible enemy to go up against in the early game because literally she pokes you, and you literally look at your HP. It's literally one. How?
Yeah, that's the thing about the Zetia, man. But that Cypher there with Tiger Pace now getting outnumbered by members of El Cartel. He might want to be careful there. And Voidaka as well. Now the Ricochet comes in, but the Swallow's path will miss. And Cypher, he doesn't have the needles in flowers yet, so he has to be very careful. Once he gets caught up in his CC, he can't remove it. But meanwhile, now coming to support here, now TZ, there's a title strike, brings him up. And that's TZ engaging there with the Brave Assault and the Confessing Strike. But no, he will disengage. Even though GC has the level advantage, he doesn't want to commit, man.
Yeah, I mean, the total spawning, I don't think you want to be doing any committed here to anything. You want to play safe, you want to hope for that total to come in, and you want to win a total fight. That's a lot more important now than actually getting kills. But now, Bane, you can see that range on the Bane, just steady pushing one man back to a base. That's the thing about this Bane going might actually work, but now a Kai comes in, and the flip got pulled by Bane, and he's going to barely escape. That one critically low, actually not. But now, again, Bane, man, he just outsmarted them there.
Yeah, definitely an outplay there, but a little late on the heavy spin, getting it right, I mean, because now TC starts struggling there, but that will buy time for El Cartels to get an uncontested total and invade the jungle here. Astrals might have to pick up where they left off, but then coming in to support there, that's Yu Zhong. They might not be able to Fury dive there with the Dragon Steel, but that's the Black Dragon form already coming in. But he might not want to engage there. That is Vincent going back to his lane to clear the way.
Yeah, you don't want to be too cocky at the end of the game, but now Akai versus Chao, and they might just dance a little bit there. Akai was not going to want to chase that. And now Chao going into that bush, and oh my god, why is he able to catch him off guard? But the passive is not going to get activated in the very first skill touch there. Now back to that top lane, you see again Bane just playing safe here, and here's the one with the damage. He keeps pushing one back to the base, and now you get back to the turret rather, and now they come in. Faster might use that out and pop it. Kalia's close to Bane, and nobody's gonna fall. Ober's went down. It's gonna be 1-1, but she's going to barely escape. All thanks to the Angela ult.
Yeah, all thanks to that. Meanwhile, but will Conquest let him go? That's the flicker in, and that is one flicker used up. But will that be? Last time brings it back in, and the heavy speed comes at LTZ. Them up. River Source will miss, but that's the 60 immunity. The needles in flowers from the 1-1 Cypher already taking advantage of that second skill there, but he will not commit to anything. Neither does El Cartels. Okay, there might be a commitment here. Now Appraiser Sprat onto the minion wave, but meanwhile up top, GC, the Panther strategy against him, but the hard card is on one Cypher there. The man's trying to outplay, but the Federal Strike comes in, and that's the title strike. He didn't say flowers, but the way of the Dragon comes in, the first day and finds the first blood onto Cypher, and that is El Cartels getting their target and going out, disengaging from the team fight.
And the very first kill now in their favor, and that's exactly what you want from an Alcatraz player. But again, we've seen this before. We have played these games before, but they start dominating and then they fall off at the 15-minute mark. So now, if an Alcatraz fan, you're praying, please, don't start 15 minutes, guys. And that's exactly what the call-off are going to be like for them now. But again, so far, so good. They have the gold advantage there by a little, and they also have the kill advantage. So again, that's going to count for them as now we see another total spawn in, and they did get the first one. Can they get two now?
Yeah, can they get to now? Meanwhile, up top there, heavy spin connected to Super Saiyan there. The man cannot go out. Fury dives with his soul grip. Vincent picks him up, and that's the Black Dragon form already. He breaks up. But then Sondarby getting caught in the danger position there with Purify, pops in, Villain Extract from gone, and that's the Dragon Tail there with the Fury dive and his soul grip. 3-man, and the man gets one in. But no, Vincent has to get away now, still in the Dragonoid form though. So that hybrid defense is really helping him out. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, the waves are now pushing in favor of El Cartels.
Man, Alcatel so far, they've been winning every team fight. They've looked a lot better and a lot faster. And looks like the hero's pick here might be favoring them. But now a free total this might be. Except see a Kai, maybe a still would be where Frederick gets it first. Cheesy, the better Reggie there. And now they go in. Kalia picks up one player. Angela now with that ult. And now the team fight might just go. The trade might come through. Critically low is Yushong, and he doesn't fall. The passive finds Frederick. Frederick hasn't gone down. What am I seeing?
Yeah, he does survive that engage there. But that's him trying to farm here to get back his HP. He needs to. But Conquest now has to recall back. He needs to because, you know, that HP there. Princess Rat connects onto the purple buff. The man wants to regen without having to recall back to the base. Meanwhile, Astrals are losing turrets because one is down already. El Cartels as well. That was easy 1-for-1 here, man.
Yeah, 1-for-1, that's it. But again, in the goal department, it's 16 against 14 in tens of thousands. And now Bane goes in, the Shang bites us all for the ultimate. Oh, she's critically low. Foxa completes the job. And Zetian falls. And 1-3 now is your kill feed.
139 is a kill feed there in favor of El Cartels, them leading the kill mark and the kill score. But Vincent, yeah, he's trying to take out the tattoo. Yes, so grip, Dragon Tail, and the Fury dive onto the minion waves to clear it out. But that's Super Saiyan there with Shumpo. Now, okay, the man wants to try and, you know, engage, but Vincent doesn't even have the time for that. The man's rotating down up to the other lane. That's easy there. They want to try for the Pine Tap. Title Strike will miss. Tiger trying to get away with Tiger base, but the Brave are stalled. And the Deadly Cat from Koidaka finds the kill. Now onto the base, onto the wall there. The heavy spin. But that engagement there. Brave are stalled with the piercing strike. But GC wants to disengage there. Slammy Slam brings it back in. Vincent is low, but he will pick up Conquest before he goes down. GC finding one there. Brave are stalled with that Princess Swat, but not enough damage to take out LTC. But they are now with the the back of Vincent picks up to get the double, and they're not done. Astral wants to pick up for El Cartel. Now with the wings by wings, gone makes a retreat from the team fight.
Man, we just saw El Cartel dominate the game out through, and in a brief moment there, we see Astral pick up kill after kill after kill there, and now it's 5-4, and the board is closer than ever before. And man, if you're an El Cartel fan, you have played these games before, you don't want this to happen, because now it looks like Astral are starting to gain ground as they finally get their very first title, and that's going to be the last for this game.
That's going to be the last for this game because it on that starts to get very confident. Now the Kundor from Super Saiyan, but it's Shumpo defensively to disengage. And Super Saiyan doesn't want to commit just yet. Okay, every spin. But Shumpo to outplay that situation, that would have been pretty nasty if Super Saiyan was caught in that, man.
Yeah, that would have been really nasty, she did say. But again, it's going to be now the Lord fights is what they are going to be banking on. You want to make sure you get the very first Lord. Not a lot of damage to be done, but it's going to give you the minion advantage. So you want to bank on that, you want to count on that. But again, look at the jungle level difference here. Fred on 11, and you see a guy on 9. That's a lot. And, you know, that has to be mixed up on very soon, but it might be an issue for them.
Yeah, it might be an issue for them, but that's the Fury dive there with the title strike for Conquest and a mark to make with the CCS. Cypher is looking for that way of that crossbow of Kang, but Super Saiyan has to engage now for the Black Dragon Fall going for Conquest, and Vincent picks the kill, and that will not be enough for him. Super Saiyan might get caught, but no. Shumpo defensively to get into the safety of the turret, and that is Void Aka recalling back to base to avoid any engagements.
That's going to be it again. It's 6-4, mind you. I think it was 1-4 at one point. I think 1-4. Yeah, I think it was 1-4. Chat. I'm not really sure about that one, but now it's 6-4. It's Astral so far. It looks like they've just been dominating, and they want to continue to start and hopefully get a second map here and just put things firmly in their favor to go and win the grand finals of this event. But again, so far, it's going to be now wave management time, and so you want to be clearing out minions and making sure you are set for that load that's about to spawn in less than 20 seconds now.
Yeah, wave management time, like you said, man, because that's what matters when it comes to these elite mid to late games. You know, if you're not careful about those waves, they might be the reason why, but that will be an engagement from LTC. But no, he doesn't want to commit the hard guard just yet. Lord Grimlex is patient with it as he knows that he's got 1 second on that Lord, and that is where they need it the most.
Yeah, Lord spawns in now. Team fights are going to have to come through soon. It's now Frederick goes in. Yu Zhong. He's gonna get the read first, and now he sees them. They start big. Lord, Angelus ult at the ready, at the call, and who's gonna go in fast? Both sides are playing very slow and very safe. Nobody wants to overextend. Because now Kalia to start getting off. He picks up the one man there. There might be a fight secure, but now Yu Zhong goes. The Lord, who is going to get the ready? Faster steals it. Yu Zhong, and now the team fight coming. Look at the passive. Yu Zhong might do a lot of damage. You don't want to be against the man. Frederick, ultimate bomb. Yu Zhong is still standing, and nobody has fallen out there. Oh, Thunder has gone down, Angela.
Yeah, that was a one trade there in favor of El Cartels. They pick up one and pick up the Lord, man. It was a win-win for them in that situation. I mean, if you really think about it there, Super Saiyan really tried not to make any unnecessary moves, and Thundarby wasn't willing to commit his Purify. He could have gotten out of that situation, but the man doesn't want to commit it just yet, perhaps waiting for a better time to use it. But that's El Cartels there, now having the Lord approach the base of Astrals as they will be the defending team.
Yeah. Now the Lord, they can that move towards that top lane, and now look at that mid lane might just be the engagement you actually want to go and see. Kalia dives in, confounds one kill. Taylor once again is going to be the target, and she falls a Kai. Zintin confounds a kill. Yushongo so has to back it down now, but the trades are going to come to do a 1-for-1 trade as a 4v4, and they still need to defend that Lord now.
Yeah, having the advantage here, but the Tiger pace from Sci-Fi is starting to stack, and it's giving him enough movement speed now. That's the thing about the 1-1. The mechanic so interesting but that's Conquest there. Now with the conceal, they're trying to defend there. Might just go for a wipeout at this point, but that's just defending strike now. Slam, not able to bring him in. Losing Flowers, same Sci-Fi for point out against him with the cat, and that's not enough. And then the eruption from the Frenchman, and God finds one. Their Princess Watch is not enough. Now Dizzy falls. Now Vincent in the midst of it all. The Asgard. Now the map goes in with the Fury Dive and the Petrify, but the Slam brings it back, and that's Conquest fighting for his time with the Dragon Tail. So far, like the usual would say, Vincent puts Conquest in his place as they will disengage. Okay, Vincent, the man wants to salvage what's left of the jungle there, which is so grip does not connect. Meanwhile, down bottom, Super Saiyan trying to push the tier 2 on the XP lane. Now, with the Shumpo, the man is attacking with the basic attacks, but he's now cornered there. The Fury Dive, Jukundo, but not able to find anyone there. Shumpo defensively to get away. GZ, they don't want to commit El Cartels. They want to count their losses, but then that's Neltizi coming in there. Might go for a heavy spin here, but that's the Jukundo. The control unity to outplay, and GZ has to get out now. It's not wanting to commit, okay? It's not wanting to commit at this point, man. They have to go back.
And mind you, there's going to be another load in 35 seconds. You want to play for that load. If you're Alcatel, so far so good. You've been a lot better now because you've been able to get gold back in your favor. You've also been able to get lives and the kill counts back in your favor. 8 versus 9, 37 versus 34,000 in terms of gold. And now the Lord, in less than 20 seconds about to spawn in, they have proper position, and this might just be theirs to claim. But again, if you're Astral, you've been here before. The 15-minute mark is your starting point, but can you do that a little bit earlier now at 13?
Yeah, definitely 4 seconds now. They have to wait it out at this point. But then that's down bottom there. Them trying to farm the waves. I can see Super there, but meanwhile, up top is where our attention should be. Now, Tizi, the hard guard, but Grimness is patient with it as usual there. But Lord, now he half HP. Now, Tizi waiting for the right moment to use that heavy spin. But El Cartels have realized there. Black Dragon form comes in already. But Vincent doesn't want to commit there just yet. The Draconoid form now on in. But no, we will lose it though. And that's Spasian coming in with the Jikundo there, targeting one, but that's a defensive Jikundo. But the Soul Grip connects there with the heavy spin. But no, the heavy spin does not get anyone there. Finds one finally, and Cheesy will be the victim as the Brave Assault defensive trying to get away, but Astral are not willing to let them go. Energy eruption to turn 3 up. But that's more where that came from. Vincent, then the Star Rescue. Not enough to take down Cheesy. Conquest flickers out as well. Spasian, the man is trying to salvage there. Finds one, gets on Darby there, but will they let him go? Captain brings him back into the turret there. Vincent with the idle strike commits again. The man doesn't want to keep up, and that's more where that came from. Vincent will pick one kill, and Astral want to do the cleanup, but their princess squad from Cheesy finds Del Cheesy, signaling the retreat on Astral side.
Mind you, and all this chaos we just watched, yeah, nobody got load. So they literally left the Lord to go and fight. You know, that's what these boys are doing. They left the Lord to go and fight. And after the fight now, it's going to be who's going to get the Lord first, which most likely now it's going to be Alcatraz. Now they claim a free Lord, and the damage has been done. It's already at the 14 and 42-minute mark. We're about to enter 15 Astral's territory. Can they pull off another super comeback again?
Now, that's the thing, man. I mean, right now, they're on the defensive team, and El Cartels has the advantage. They have 4K gold lead, 2 kill lead, and the wave lead at this point. And Astrals, I mean, it's really difficult at this point when your opponent has all the advantages. But the big question is, can they defend against this Lord, or will El Cartels finally use it to equalize the score mark?
And the Lord now spawned in, so look at that bot lane. Might just be where you need to watch out for. As now they come in, the first kill might just happen. Yu Zhong, this cannot be a good spot to be if you're at the back. He's got to go back, and they need that man in team fights. The Lord is edging closer and closer, and while the damage has been done by both sides, Lord might just get a free base turret. Yep, definitely a free. Is that a T1 or a base turret? I think it's a base turret, yeah? Black Master?
Yeah, inhibitors on the mid lane there. The Lord is approaching them quite far. Very good defense tactic. Very good defense tactic there to move the Lord in and take it up. That's El Cartel realizing that and taking out the inhibitors. Meanwhile, the Lord is finally cleared, and that was another brilliant defense from Astrals, man.
Yeah, another Lord forward. And again, this is now the 60-minute mark, so this is now Astral territory, chat. Literally, chat. Because we've said that before, they've done it before, guys. This is where they start to look alive. Can they do it again, though? That's going to be the question now and an answer you want to get soon. But if you're Alcatraz, you can't make the same mistake twice. Literally, lightning does not strike twice. And now they take that inhibitor once again, but now Yu Zhong, I think, about to go in. Kalia now with that CC. It's him for the about to happen. Yu Zhong is there. Fredrin, the Bastards are going to find him. There's no fall down, though. Yu Zhong now with the chase. Angela as well with the ultimate on him. This might be something to actually watch out for. And nobody has fallen, but the dance is still on. And nobody has gone down. Kalia falls fast. The guy confirms that kill. The dance, Yu Zhong, one. Now, able to get one as well, but look at the strength, my God, Astral. We've seen them here before. Once they start, they don't stop.
They don't stop indeed, but that's Cypher. The man doesn't want to let it go. Astral don't want to let it go. That's Deltese going up top, but they don't want to commit. They don't want to overextend either. They will recall to gain back their HP, and the wave clear is calling their name, man. They have to prioritize the wave clear so that doesn't come against them in a costly way.
Yeah, that's going to be very important. And again, you need to make sure you are managing your waves, guys. You can't be losing any wave management at this point in the game now. This is literally the 80th in the mark. This is late game. You can't be letting any mistakes like that sleep up. You need to manage your waves properly. As now you see another Lord about to spawn in less than 10 seconds now. So that's going to be now the focus of both sides. Get that load, hopefully. That might be your end to the game here. And again, if Astral, by mistake, get this load, Alcatraz, they might have just let lightning strike twice.
Yeah, they might, but then I'm pretty sure they had gone for that Baxia now because they really would have needed it. I mean, look at the Blood Wings and the Oracle on this Yu Zhong, man. That's what's giving him a lot of regen that we're seeing in the games. That's why this man cannot fall easily. I mean, he wasn't a clutch there, and he outplayed the clutch. The man has outmaneuvered a lot of things, even cheesy, but that's an engagement there with the donut flicker with the heavy spin. A brilliant heavy spin by Neltese, but there's no follow-up on that. And Neltese, a resource used already that would have been needed for the low dance.
Now the low dances, you call it, who's going to be the better dancers? Is it going to be Alcatraz or Astral? As now they are zoning out the boys and blue out. Can they just hold that down? Now team fight comes through. Kalia goes in first. Yu Zhong has to come in. Don't go for the backline. Yu Zhong, of course, going for the backline. One takes out faster. The Lord has not fallen, and now they go. Bane takes one for himself. Yu Zhong is still there. One double kill. You see Chow running for his dear life, and now the back and forth can come through. Falls and the trade, it's a 2-for-4. Down, the last man standing and the free load he just might be.
And Freelord indeed, and an uncontested one at that, but Super Saiyan, the last man standing, like you said, man, but Cypher chasing him down with Tiger Pace. He might just want to commit to that one there, but Super Saiyan has that Jikundo and the Way of the Dragon available. Cypher trying to get it in here. That's the Jikundo defensively. Super Saiyan, he doesn't want to commit. He's the only one left. So he has to be very careful with the moves he's making. But Cypher, now with Swallow's path, now trying to clear the lanes here. That's the thing about the 1-1 at this point now. Cypher has enough attack speed to pull out a very good Way of the Dragon. To put out a very good, Tiger Pace. But then, really, if you think about it, man, we haven't seen a single crossbow of tank from Cypher. We haven't seen a single ultimate, man. He hasn't been able to activate it so far.
I don't know. Yeah, actually, think about it. I haven't seen any. But I do have to mention again, they did a 1-for-4 trade, literally. They had 4 players. Oh, 3-for-4, rather. Sorry, they had 3 players standing. but they did not go for that Lord. I don't know if that was the best call. As now it's a full-on 5v5. Everybody's back. So if you're playing for Lord now at the 20-minute mark, it's gotten a lot stronger. You cannot afford to lose that Lord. Kalia there standing as bait for anybody that comes in. Fast is waiting as well. Frederick close by. Chow on the opposite side of the map there, trying to clear those waves and manage them properly. But eventually now the Lord dance is going to start. As now we see Cartel's going there first. But if you know Astral, the mobility to get there on time is also there with them.
Yeah, there with them indeed. That's the LTZ coming in with Don Darby to support as well as Cypher. Down bottom there, waiting for the right moments, waiting for his cue, but LTZ has the heavy spin ready. And finally, this is the second chance for Cartel, but that's the back dive from Cypher. There, the cross-form tag does not complete. Cypher goes down to point Aka, and that's the shutdown on the 1-1. Not a brilliant move, but LTZ waiting for the right moment here on this Lord, and that's Pastor there with Bikudo. Might want to find one, but doesn't find anyone there. LTZ, he might want to use the heavy spin early. Yes, he does. He uses the heavy spin, commits there, but that's Vincent there, trying to take out GZ. Yes, he does. GZ falls, and that's a free Lord. Astral might be able to take this one. They still have their chunks alive. Sammy start bringing back. Vincent finds a double, but the Pastor is not letting me live. Vincent will finally be shut down. My God, the Lord is still available on LTZ. He picks it up, and Conquest will take him down. But that is a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Astral, in favor of Cartels. But they do get the Lord. So is that worth it, Lord? Grimlet's the only one left with the base, man. The base.
Wow. That was the game. Again, that was the game. Again, oh my God. I said, you said Cartel to win. Oh my God. Wait till be this now. Azal, bro. How am I losing to you back? What the actual hell, bro?
I mean, to be fair, I think Astral got a little bit over zealous towards that Lord, because the waves were against them, and they should have at least stationed 1 or 2 persons in the back. Pretty sure the 1-1 would have been the best, since she was kind of underperforming in that game. So she would have been the best to be stationed in the base. Okay, look, just clear the waves. We're going to go and see if we can contest for the Lord. We're going to be outnumbered, but then at least we'll have the heavy spin on our side, and that would have been the move. But Astrals, they want to go all out, and unfortunately, it just wasn't in their side. But we can see that the kill lead are tied towards the end of the game, but eventually, Cartels proved to be the better one in this match. So that's a 1-1. The scores are tied, man.
Yeah, look at that though. 19-19, equal level time in terms of kills found here by both sides. So literally, it was anybody's game. It was anybody's game. But Alcatel looked like they had a better map control there. Also at the game as usual, as they've only had that the very first time. The first map there, we saw them have excellent map control, but at some point they lost the whole thing. And this time around, they said it not go happen twice, as they are just going to be able to win the whole thing here, as they are going to now tie things up in a best of 7. And Black Matter, this is going to be a very, very, very long night. Wallahi.
Yeah, this is going to be a long night, man. I mean, it's almost 10 o'clock and we're still in the second game. So if they're going to stretch this out, then we still have 5 more games to go. Oh my goodness. Well, this is definitely an interesting one. But then, yeah, we probably would be seeing a long game, definitely, because both teams are not going to take any wins or defeats lying down. They're not going to take it. And Cartels definitely don't want to break their streak, as well as Astral have a reputation to preserve. So this is both teams really having something to protect. In the side of Cartels, it's their streak. In the side of Astral, like I said, it's their reputation, man. So, yeah, aura for aura.
Aura for aura, man. Literally, man. Aura for aura, that's it. Because now, nobody wants to lose. That's one thing you can actually counter. Nobody wants to lose. This is now a do or die point, but it's a tie-breaking map this time around, because now they are tied up. Nobody has the advantage whatsoever here. It's going to now fall down to an actual tiebreaker. I just saw the referee of this game, the host. He has 50% win rate. Azal, me, I have 39, bro. Azal now. Azal.
Okay, we're going to be asking you guys now in the comment section, what do you think about Game 2? Do you think Game 2... Okay, I can see that... the polls, the dynamics of the polls now have shifted on the chart here. You can see that we now have 58% on the side of Cartels and Astral. Mind you, before we played Game 2, we had a 60-something% on the side of Cartel. So that dropped a little bit. And right now it's increasing because Cartel just won the game. It seems like the people are starting to favor Cartel more than Astrals now.
Yeah, I mean... To be fair, man, Cartel, I think a lot of the fans here were actually rooting for them you know, towards the start of the whole thing, that they were the ones everybody was rooting for. And you know, at some point, Mr. Astro shot them down. And now, if you're an Astro fan, if you're an Astro fan in the chat, still, you're hoping your team can still bank on the experience factor and hopefully win this event back. They won it last time, if I'm not mistaken. Can they win it 2 times back to back? Or maybe El Cartels, the new boys in town, are just going to show them why they are the El Cartels and they are undefeated throughout their run in this event. But again, man, Game 3, who's going to take it, man? Again, me versus you. This time I will choose first because you have chosen me first the last 2 times, and that's why you are always cheating. Okay? So this time I will choose first. Guys, I'm going to ask you guys in comments, guys, because we're like, I don't know what to support, guys. So you guys, please in chat, let me know who I should support. Alcatraz or Astral. You guys let me know in chat. The first 3 comments I see, I'm going to pick one of them, and I'm just going to go and support them because Black Matter is a fraud, guys. Please, guys. Anybody, guys?
All right, so I'll just wait for your comments to come in so that you can make your choice. But meanwhile, we can see down the lobby here that's starting to get ready. So I think they're starting to leave. Okay, I think this might be a sign that the tournament lobby is ready. That's actually going to be a good thing because if they actually, that is it. The tournament lobby is ready, man. They want to test it out. So yeah, finally we get to see the tournament lobby, man. It's it's been down for a while, but it's a good thing that it's back up now, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I really want to see. But again, I see Astral. Something amuses me says Astral. Isaac says Astral. You guys, I've seen a lot of Astral, guys. So Astral it is. So Black Matter, you are now El Cartel, bro. 1v1. Me versus you again. That's now I'm going to be voting for Astral this time. Map3, let's go.
All right, that'll be El Cartels then. And that's the message from Nika there to tell me to move to the tournament lobby. And yes, that is the migration, man. We have to leave the current lobby we're in so that we can get into the tournament lobby. I don't know who keeps inviting me to Classic and Rank, man. Like, down. Okay, yeah. So we have to. Oh my goodness, I think I'm the one mistakenly pressing it myself. So yeah, I'm actually to blame, guys. I'm actually to blame. Yeah, I'm just going to go straight in and invite you over so that we can get we can get ready, man. We can get straight into game 3 because these games, man, these are fire games, man. I mean, both teams back to back. No one is letting anybody rest. Oh my goodness.
Again. We are back in the tournament lobby. That's it, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I mean, the dynamics towards the poll towards the first game was greatly in favor of El Cartels. But then after the El Cartels lost the first game, we saw that they kind of dropped because El Cartels went for like 60 something to like 50 something. Currently they're at 59%. So you can tell that people were greatly rooting for a very magnificent first game in the favor of El Cartels. But when Astral showed that, hey, look, we're the defending champs, don't forget that. And El Cartels were like, oh, okay, we gotta respect that and give you guys the first game. And Astral, lost the second one. So yeah, that poll kind of went back in the favor of El Cartels and say, okay, they might have lost the first game, but that was probably just a glitch. Let's just, let's still give them the benefit of the doubt. El Cartels might still have it in them.
Oh, back. Did you miss me? Did you miss me?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think they're kind of are they? Okay, yeah, cancel ready. Okay, we can't actually do that because the lobby doesn't actually allow for that. But then he said any of the spectators, yeah, I think we're kind of setting things out for the tournament lobby, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have to just be patient on this. Astrals, El Cartels, this is game 3, guys. Someone says buy your popcorn there. I don't know who is selling popcorn in the chat. Somebody's selling popcorn there.
Tell me, how much is the popcorn? Is it I have 2K. How much is popcorn? I can buy for everybody, man. If it's like 1K there for each, I can buy like 10 for 10 people, man. Send your OP, bro. It has to be OP, man. I don't use OP in China. I don't use anything else in China. I use only OP, bro. Send your OP, bro. I will send you 10,000 there for 10 people. Black Matter, do you want popcorns? I like how do you like
sure,
them?
Man. Yeah.
All right, man. All right, Stommy, please send us your OP and we're gonna send you the 10 popcorns. Thank you, man. We love you, Brisky. But let's go into the picks and bans, Black. How are you feeling?
Yeah. Yeah, picks and bans indeed. But this is the tournament lobby, so they don't get to make any lobby bans. Everything is done in the draft pick, and that's the one being banned by El Cartels. It seems like despite Cypher's performance in the second game, they still kind of acknowledged his play. So I mean, hey, it wasn't so bad.
He wasn't. He actually wasn't. You know, he wasn't. And again, man, I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna say the heroes I don't want to see in this game. No shades thrown. The Akai and the 1-1. The Akai wasn't bad. He was actually really good at 10, but ultimately, I don't think for that particular team and the particular opponents they were facing, the Akai was the best pick there because he really wouldn't have been able to do that. He was able to hold Frederick down a couple times, but ultimately, what are you going to do to Frederick, bro? So you need, I don't think that Akai was a very best, was the best pick there for that draft. 1-1, you know, against Bane. Again, I don't blame 1-1. Bane is a very not an unexpected pick there, and that was why she could actually not farm. So again, now hyping, you want to make sure maybe you're seeing what the opponents are going to pick first before you go and pick a marksman. Because if they pick a Bane going in again, you might be very disadvantaged there, man.
Yeah, it can backfire because they kind of make it work the first time, and there's no guarantee it's going to work the second time because Astral are probably going to adjust to that. But that's the issue seeing Bandman on the mid lane trying to prevent Stone Darby from using that pick. I mean, as you see, it's always a problem no matter what lineup you're running, man. If you know what you're doing on that pick, man.
Yeah, she's always a major issue there. But we are back to tournament lobbies, guys. Look how clean that looks. Like, man, you have all 5 bans. You can actually ban all 5 players. You have all the hero skins, oh my god, that's so clean. So now we see that Angela might be the very first pick here. And yes, she's going to be the very first pick. Angela again? Well, let's go. Let's see what the opponents are going to have.
Yeah, man, the adjustments really increased, but that's the aura for aura pick from Lord Grimlex going with the Estes. I mean, to be fair, Estes does have some level of healing, and that's now TC going there. Okay, it's a like you said, what you called it, I can heal, but you can't.
Yeah, that's it, literally, man. That's it, yeah. I can heal, but you can't. Estes is there, and Banksy now is going to counter the Fredrin and the Lapu. And you know what? The thing about Alcatraz is they see a Banksy, and they still say, you know what? I don't care. I'm still going to pick up the Lapu and the Fredrin, even though you're going to counter my healing. It doesn't matter. I'm just that good. And that's exactly what Alcatraz are going to do again. The Lapu picked up, the Fredrin picked up. Now they have 3 players that are dependent on their heal-ups up against a Banksy that is there to stop those heal-ups.
Yeah, and then that's Astrals. They know what they're doing, and then they will take down that Irithel. That what is with Vincent and sustain heroes? He will leave that Yuzhong for the Esmeralda. And if you know anything about Esmeralda, you know that Esmeralda is someone that has an insane amount of sustain. And then considering that the Hearts Guard just provide a lot of shields, and then Esmeralda's specialty is actually absorbing shields. Man, this has got to be Vincent's best pick so far.
Yeah, no doubt. The SB might just be the best pick there. She can handle the Lapo alone. And now imagine Banksy joining that equation, bro. That is going to be a very, very, very crazy handle. But again, 3 players picked on both sides now. The band's going to come back and Conquest now. V-Man for the ban here on his side. The comments are going to be like, ban, maybe you want to ban one of the players you saw last game that was a major problem for Astral. But again, if you're Alcatel, you trust yourself so much because you've seen them. They have dominated both maps. They lost one though, but they have dominated both maps.
Yeah, they've dominated both maps, man. But so far now with the last ban, it will be Gon losing the fastest pick just before he picks. And Gon will have to respond to that. Might want to restrict Cypher from using any major problematic marksman. Perhaps a Granger being taken down. And I'm just glad that Super Saiyan finally left the show for the Lapu. No shades thrown, but I mean, Lapu is just the better pick here, especially in this kind of situation.
Yeah, again, yeah, I might agree with you on that one. But now let's see the picks they are going to be bringing in. Now, it's still banning. The comments are probably having a very heated discussion now about who they are going to ban. They're like, ban this one, no, ban that one, no, ban this one, no, ban that one, no, ban this one, no, ban that one. That's exactly what they are having in comments right now. And now we're going to see Moskov get taken down in Major MM. And now we go to the picks for Thunder Abbey.
Yeah, Thunder Abbey there. Okay, Novaria, that is definitely a rare one. Perhaps the first pick in the entire tournament. Or perhaps the first pick in the entire ML Hub community, because I have literally never seen a Novaria pick. That's how rare it is. But then the Novaria is actually good. A Celestial Revelation is actually a very good vision provider. It means Lord Grimlex, you know, he doesn't. That's the thing about the Roma. The Roma needs to provide vision, but when you have a Novaria, you don't need the Roma to actually do that when she can just, you know, alt an area and you get to see that.
Yeah, not going to get picked up though. Now we see Beatrix for the swap. Sci-Fi with the Beatrix here. Now we're about to see the MM come through for the side of Alcatraz. Lilia pick once again, one of those heroes you never like to go up against. She literally melts thanks for leaving, and you don't want to have, you know, to go up against that lead. But she's gonna get picked up now. So the marksman now coming through for Alcatraz is what we're waiting for. Maybe another Bane, maybe another Bane. But if you pick a Bane here, Beatrix is going to absolutely touch you. There's no doubt whatsoever. So he has to give us something a little bit more logical up against a Beatrix.
Yeah, you can't go fighter for marksman now, especially against Beatrix. She's got 4 ultimates. So you definitely don't want that, you know, the Conquest, you know, has to think about this, you know, through. He has to really think this through. But the Bane again, Jesus. He's not afraid, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Bane isn't a bad pick, but against a Beatrix that has a lot of range, she has steady shotgun, she can just keep spamming that thing, she has the sniper rifle, she has the massive AoE damage as well. I don't think the Bane is going to be the best choice, but again, we've seen Alcatraz. These guys don't look like heroes at their issues, literally, man. They can use anybody on any lane, and I think they're still going to cook. So we are just going to have to wait and see what the actual gameplay itself detects. But sorry for man, who do you think has won the, you know, once again, we see drafts here, waiting for the very last one to go and pick the mage now. Just showing a lot of mages, man. You're not going to like pick one. That's now whenever he picks, we can now decide who has a better draft. Black.
Yeah, definitely. But then waiting it out, he's trying to decide here between Valentina or the Liu Yi, but he will go for the Yin Yang Gyromancer, and that concludes the draft. And so far, I'm going to have to incline towards the draft of Astral here, man. I mean, it's looking so good. Everything is pretty balanced on their end. I don't really like the Bane gold. I feel like a better, you know, pick would have gone for the gold lane. Better. I mean, Granger was available, man.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I don't think he should have actually gone for the Bane. And then maybe he got a little bit too confident. It worked last time out. Yes, it did. That was a 1-1. This is a Beatrix that can literally zone you out. And, man, she's got the steady shotgun. You have range. She has range as well. So this is going to be a battle of the ranges here. But again, I do think, personally, a Beatrix should actually win that 1v1. But again, like we did say, it all comes down to ganking, and who, of course, has the better, you know, the more experience and all that has. You know, it was a lot better because me, I know if I was facing the Bane goat lane, I think I might get touched. I think he's going to be back soon, guys. Yeah. But again, now we're about to start the game. Again, I'm going to let you guys on chat decide who the better draft is before we get Black back in here. Who do you guys think the better draft is, chat? Who do you guys think the better draft is? Because in my opinion, I don't think I'm a little bit too comfortable with the Alcatraz here. The Bane might just spoil the whole thing for me personally, but I might be wrong. What do you guys think the better draft is? As now we are about to head into the actual game, and now the farming stages are going to get started. This is where you farm. I said the Fredrin, is he AFK? But no, he's actually here. But guys, you guys let me know what the drafts are going to be like, chat. Or rather, what drafts you think is actually better right now.
Yep, sorry about that, man. I just had to pick a call real quick. But yeah, we will get straight into game 1 here. And that is an interesting lineup. You can see Gon. And really, man, you have to consider a lot of things because so far, so good. You can see Lord Grimlex trying to poke here. But, I mean, the scripture of the Remote Elf isn't exactly a very good poke skill. But Conquest, meanwhile, has to go with Gon. That's the thing about using an Angela. They don't exactly have that much strong front line. But that's the duality on the side of Thundarby. Conquest as well. But then, well, I mean, so far, man, they really have to make sure that they don't get too aggressive in the early game, especially when they haven't built up. And they have to watch out for that domain of the Moon Goddess, though. That slow is not a joke, man.
Look at what Bailey Banks it is now. I don't think Angela knows that. Might just be the very first kill. Angela in a very bad spot, and yes, she falls. And look at that. It's a full 4v1 gang for Bane. You cannot do what you did last time. This time they have their eyes on you, and you're going to see Astral get the very first kill. And this is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that we see them get the first kill in the last 3 maps.
Yep, we see them get the first kill in the last 3 matches, indeed. But then that's cheesy. Then rotating up top, the man's not on level 4 yet compared to Neltizi. Neltizi already has the level 4 on the Baxia, and then they have to be careful though because this Baxia, you know, is definitely going to give them a hard time, especially with that hard guard when they pop it out in the total dance. but then the Turtle spawns in 5, and they have to make sure that their numbers are already there. El Cartel's already mobilizing their teammates, but then Astral is no slacker as well. They will get, but LTZ only the one here so far, and that's Super Saiyan. Might engage their Justice Blaze already popped out there with the Homeland Defender. Super Saiyan is poking him out. Previous fighter already used, and that's Legend Shaker starting him up, and that's Raging Slash. They really want to take LTZ out, but the Tortoise Poisons get him out defensively. Now with the shield unity, the teammates are back, so that's enough support and encouragement. The man will not dive in as the Tortoise Poisons runs out.
Look at that, man. You can just see that goal lane still. Bane and Beatrix, they've been dancing. Bane with the S2, Beatrix with the jump out, and now the team fight comes through. Low E goes, and the damage is done, but nobody falls. And again, really slow game so far. Nobody overextended whatsoever. Nobody wants to commit to the actual team fight. They want to farm it out a little bit. But going now in favor of Astral for sure, as now they have a little bit going. And now the EXP lane where the fight might be coming through. Esmeralda, she's critically low, and Lapu out killing her. And that might be a problem for her. She now needs to find a way to counter that. And so far, it's look at that gold lane.
Yep, look at that gold lane indeed. But then that's Cheesy rotating down bottom there, but gold lane indeed. Cypher, the 2-on-2 here. The numbers will be tight, and they know that, so they will not make any unnecessary moves as well. Lord Grimlix has that Blessing of the Moon Goddess available, but then that's the thing with Haka. I mean, I'm finding it hard to accept that they're actually adapting a Bane gold lane in this situation, man.
I mean, it's actually working. I would want to say it wouldn't work against a Beatrix here. That's so bad. But from what I've seen so far, it's actually working. But now Loyi with the ultimate proper timing for being able to get that read perfectly, and he's going to retreat now. And it's a 4-on-4 with the out and bot lane. This might be absolute chaos now being going, but you don't want to be too close. Beatrix with the ultimate might be a major issue. Shadow Bite comes through. Nobody is falling. Beatrix, where are you? Frederick goes down first and bounce here. Again, shows you why you don't want to pick up a healing hero up against a bouncer. You don't go free heal, bro.
That's the thing, man. That's the backstep mark, the power, but then that's the shield unity as well. They will not try to engage here. Perhaps Super Saiyan, Jungle Warrior defensively to get away. And that's necessary because the Turtle will soon spawn, and Astrals are going to need as many numbers as well as El Cartel. They're going to need as much of their numbers as they can get, so they cannot afford to defend, or they cannot afford to commit unnecessarily. But then, okay, Justice Blade from Super Saiyan. The man is way away from his lane. GZ finds that one, wins the retreat battle. And that's not more where that came from. They will defend and get away as they disengage. The Asgard already on Cheesy, but Cheesy doesn't want to commit to Vicent. Vicent's now poking it out there, absorbing the shield. They know that if they commit, Vicent is just going to absorb the shield on the Asgard. So that would be counterproductive on their end.
You just saw the two EXP laners leave their lane for the Turtle. My teammates in rank, they know they do that one, no. They will not, even if it's in the EXP lane, they will not come to the EXP lane Turtle chat. And you saw both sides, the EXP laners left the lane, came for the Turtle dance there. Absolutely beautiful. But again, so far, look at that golden once again. Now we see the team fights come to you. British there with the ultimate bomb and nobody falls. Estes now with a superb healing as they still dancing. The flicker comes through for Estes, and now Bagson's close.
Yeah, Bagson's close, but then, oh my goodness! That is him with the Bennett taking out the Lilia, and that's gone falling. Final defense dead, but falling Star Moon on the mid lane there. Jungle Warrior defensively, Vicent. The man has to pull out. You don't want to red dive. You don't want to do that just now, but then duality from Thundarby that has to match the defensively getaway. But Cheesy, Domain of the Moon Goddess, Cheesy with Brave Assault, trying to close in. That's a 3-on-1, 3-on-2, but the flicker into the wall there. But that will not be enough. Cheesy, Brave Assault, but then pulls him up, piercing strike from LTZ to the Tortoise Poisons, the passion from Cypher. But then that's the Domain of the Moon Goddess for the slow Cheesy, Brave Assault defensively for the Tortoise Poisons. Blessing of the Moon Goddess already used support them. Lord Grimlex is healing, and Cheesy is getting low. Meanwhile, Cypher with the blender trying to melt out Cheesy, but he's not able to. Now LTZ with the shield unity, but El Cartels, they're willing to pull back. They are not getting too cocky. Conquest now flickers in. Now duality. Thundarby finds one. And Conquest will pay the price for that dive. And really, both things are really starting to throw at each other, man.
But to be fair, Black Master, are you by any chance seeing what I'm seeing? It's a 5-hit nil. For the very first time we see Alcatel not able to get a single kill. They're being out of the box. Like, go and save that. Go and jinx and Franklin now finds one kill. Big finds one. And Alcatel are going to go absolutely wild. And 5-0 becomes 5-5. And Dodo
Yeah, a total wipeout, man. That was insane. And El Cartels went from 5-0 to 5-5 in that wipeout alone. So that was an insane comeback, man.
It's my fault. I forgot those talk. It's my fault. I jinxed it. And look at Astral from 5-0. They go 5-5. I get the tells, man. These guys tell you that they might start slow, but they are the Alcatraz. They are absolutely going to find their footing. And once they do, you are in big soup.
Yep, you definitely are in big soup, man. But then that's him. Bravest fighter raging slash defensively. But the falling star was there. Cypher fights Conquest falls. Their Princess squad does not take anyone. Vision falls. God does that finds one as well. But the domain of the moon goddess, the blessing of the moon goddess as well. But no, the healing. Lord Grimlex is still healing them up, and Cypher is the one in front. But Sebastian Jungle Warrior defensively, the man wants to get away. The Estes is making it difficult for any member to fall. That's Darby there. Enemies of it all. Reverse fighter from Sebastian. The hard guard, the land shaker does not connect. Neither does the raging slash. And that is two wasted skills. Bennett's rage as well does not get anyone. Cypher now with the Nibiru, but the hard guard is still up on Super Saiyan, so he has that regen advantage.
6 and 7, 1 for 2 trade there, and well, not the what's the trades exactly, but now you need to now start playing for that Lord. It's 55 and counting down. If you're Astral guy, you started the game so freaking well. I mean, you got 5 back-to-back kills, not a single one for Alcatraz, and then you go wiped out to get things like what are the odds? Like you win, you get 5 back-to-back kills, and then from nowhere you get absolutely wiped out. That makes no sense. Now look at that goat lane, and now we see Bagsy just running around and taunting them there, but he's not going to commit to anything.
Yeah, it's not going to commit to anything. But meanwhile, Neltizi going down bottom. Okay. They might just want to go for a, diversion from Astrals here. And they will move 2 of their members up top. But then that might be counterproductive. This might be a pouncer strategy. We saw this the last time. This was what they used to end the game one. But Astrals, they don't want to overcommit here. Super Saiyan Jungle Warrior defensively, the Lord has almost spawned. So it will not be a good idea to over-engage or overextend in this situation.
Yeah, you don't want to do that for sure. Now, Loyi there trying to maybe catch Lapu off guard, but it's not really going to work for them. Now the Lord Dance might start soon, but look at that top lane, SP, just trying to split push, maybe, and think that one turret down, but she also needs to eventually come help that team. But again, the damage the work has been done for SP, as the top lane is going to lose 1 turret, guaranteed. But now the Lord Dance comes through as well. It's going to be a full-on 5v5. Nobody has fallen, and Batia with the perfect ultimate, my God!
Yeah, my God, he's deep, but then Sebastian taking out one. The first pass for Cypher finds Sebastian. But meanwhile, down bottom, Vincent holding them now. But the Princess does not take him down. And that healing from the Estes. Meanwhile, Princess strategy close them into the turret. And that's Astral. They're trying to zone them out. But that's Vincent there. Okay, there with the Person Strike as well. With the energy eruption to start them off. But they will not let them go. The hard guard is upon him, but he will still fall. And that's Darby picking up for the Haka. And that Princess Strike again. But Easy gets Cypher. And Astral has to pull back now. They've lost numbers, and that is a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Astral.
Yeah, 2-for-1, 7 and 9 though. Look at that. The lives again. Still, the kill count rather in favor of Astral, and now Lapu goes in. Might have been a very, very, very bad call for Esme. She's going to take 1 more turret down, and now Angela with the ultimate there to go and save it. Nobody fell there, did they? Nobody fell, but now the Lord pushing them eventually slowly and surely steady, but they are going to have a very easy defense. But again, look at the turret, guys. Look at the turret counts. It looks like it's going to be the boys in red with a little more advantage here. Astral.
Yeah, with a little more advantage here indeed. But then you can see down bottom, you can see Void Haka here. Oh my goodness, this man really wants to make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes because he's on the bane. So at the point towards the late game, they're going to have a DPS drop. That's the thing about using an actual marksman for the gold lane and a fighter for the gold lane. At some point, there's going to be a DPS difference. And especially when Cypher has the Beatrix, man, you cannot deny that Beatrix damage towards the late game. And that is exactly what we are getting into.
Yeah, look at that Beatrix ultimate there. Would have easily gotten a double kill if they could not move. But now the fight match has come through. There's a 70-second time spawn for the Lord, and that's a lot of time still. So you want to make sure you're not going to lose lives for then. Playing safe, control the map, clear the waves, and that's exactly what Esme has been doing, guys. Esme has to be the topic of focus because she's been clearing that top lane, but now she's going to get a gank, and this might not be the best spot to be in if you're her, Fredrin there, but of course she has the mobility stunt to be able to escape that one, and wow, she has been pushing, guys.
Yeah, she has been pushing indeed. But then that's the LTZ there with the shield unity there. Might just want to engage here, but look for a perfect target for conquest. The domain of the moon goddess with that slow, but doesn't connect onto anyone. Meanwhile, down bottom there, LTZ getting pumped in, but doesn't want to use. Yes, this Justice Boy stance comes in. The domain of the moon goddess, TZ gets pulled back. The duality is not making it easy on him, but that's the domain of the moon goddess with the heals there. The essence is doing his job, but now Vincent making it difficult. Cypher in the midst of them all. Flickers out now within Ibiru. And Astral has the advantage, but Sebastian a bit late to the show. But then that team there with the bravest fighter, he doesn't want to use it yet. Just the homeland defender jumps in, finds Cypher in, land takeoff, but already starts defensively. And Vincent has to pull out now. He's a bit low, but Cypher with the right. The Bane picks him up.
Bro, did you see that? That was a one tap literally on Matrix. And now Fredrin may be getting a little bit too confident. It's going to push, make that push in. Loyi finds him. And now Bamsi, now to comfort that save. The damage is going to be done there. They also fighting for Lord. And now Loyi, he just used that auto escape, Abby.
Yeah, yes, he did. But that's the advantage for you, man. The Lord dance is not complete just yet. Now, LTZ trying to survive here. Now with just for his stance there. Princess will connect. LTZ is slow. They might lose this one. God will take him out. And Vincent falls as well. 3 man down for Astral on Darby. He needs to get away, but the Loyi duality onto 3 finds a double. And that's on Darby. But Void Hacker puts him in his place quickly as he responds with a double as well. Now, Lord Grimlin, now with the doing of Moon Goddess, the best of Moon Goddess. But the Estes cannot do much. Now Cypher is coming in to support and he's trying to heal him up. But now the half guard finally down. Conquest now not able to get taken down. Cypher puts him in the place. That carry position in there. Black shoes from gone with the flicker to get away and disengage. And the Lord is still not taken down, man.
Okay, again, I guys, ladies and gentlemen, I would actually like to call out something to you guys right now. All these fights that happened, nobody took Lord, bro. This fight we just saw here, the Lord is still standing, nobody took it. So literally, they are just going to have to regroup now and re-strategize and hopefully come back for that Lord. As now we see all 10 players are still standing and the Lord dance is about to start again.
The Lord dance is about to start again, indeed. But then that's Vicent there. Now, Void Hacker, he has to make sure that he doesn't make any moves that will cost them at this match. That Cypher there with the Bennett. Trying to melt down this Lord as fast as possible. The domain of the Moon Goddess on Cheesy, making it difficult now. Let's strike with the paper spot. Vincent is in the midst of it all. But the rest of the Moon Goddess comes in. Now the deadly card to the airport. But this boy stands on LTZ. Reverse fight up. The ready slash comes in as well. The last push trying to melt them down. But Sebastian, 2-man line taker. But Sebastian, with the Storm Sword, finds one. Cypher goes down. And that Cheesy taking out Lord Grimlin. The support is gone. And Astral has to pull back now. 2 men are down already. Avoid Haka. One and Ricochet the bomb now. He will not be satisfied. El Cartel, Vincent will fall. He cannot tank that much damage. It's a near wipeout. Now he's in the last man standing. And the appraiser from Los Pancados will put him in his place as El Cartel. They wipe out Astral and take the Lord uncontested.
But we've seen 2 wipeouts now, and both of them happen in favor of the Alcatraz. These guys, man, these guys. I think guys. And again, to me, I go for the Astral. I go the follow chat, guys. Oh my god. And look at this again. Now, they are going to get a free load. It's 16 versus 12 in terms of kill feed. And in the gold value, 43.6 thousand versus 41. Alcatel now, this might just be them retaking their lead.
Yeah, this might just be them retaking their lead. But then, Void Hacker here, clearing the waves up top. El Cartel's invading the jungle, taking out the purple buff. And really, so far, so good. Cheesy, you can see that Cheesy is really just making sure that he doesn't get any cocky, because at this point, the Lord is approaching. El Cartels have a very good lead. But then, that's him committing death with his falling stamina onto Cheesy, getting melted down, half HP. And Cheesy, the man knows that they don't have the numbers to engage in a full-blown team fight right now. And that will be another melted Lord from Astral, the various passion from Cypher onto the Lord. Then Lord is melted down. That's very quick, because that's one thing when you have a max man, and that's something El Cartels don't have right now, so they have to be very careful with their engagements.
Yeah, that's one thing for sure. But again, it's 16 and 14. The one player did 4 there. 2 players actually did 4. And now the numbers are going to get closer and closer eventually again. But again, right now, if you're Alcatraz, you still have the momentum in your favor. You now need to go and see it through. And the next Lord might just be what makes the whole game, end here. But now, so far, 5 players standing. And all players are now going to get respawned in for Alcatraz. So 5v5, the wave management now, that cannot be strong enough. You want to make sure you have the waves in your favor before the Lord goes in and spawns.
Yeah, that's the thing. But then the shield unity there. And, really so far, Jizzy just pointing it out at this point, just calming down. And that's 769 seconds on that Lord. So there's still time here. That doesn't mean you should get any cocky or make any moves, because Cypher, they're the team that if you make one mistake and they wipe your team out, that's game over, man.
That's going to be game away for that top hit for sure. But now look at that top lane. Esme and Lapo again are going to start dancing, maybe. Esme with the chase, and look at that mid lane towards mid lane, and Victor's going to fight fast. Your friend is going to fall fast. And now they go in. Bane with the sharp boy, but it doesn't matter. Banks is somewhere close, and the trades are going to come through again in favor of Astral. One more player falls, and that's going to be Lapo. He's working over double time. That was a 5v3, and Astral are dominating the proceedings towards the late game.
Yeah, towards the late game, but that's a push back. Black shoes from gone, but it's Wally here, and Cypher picks him up. And that was a brilliant outplay on the black shoes by Cypher. But the domain of the Moon Goddess, Astral don't have the minion waves to advance. That was a close one, man. That's one thing about this team I told you about, man. Like, if they have the chance, they can end the game and they don't waste any second. But that Lord has spawned, and that Cypher there melting it down as fast as possible.
Yeah, you want to get that load. You don't want to bank on anything. You want to get that load. It's the 18-minute mark. This is a very annoying load to take out. It might be really hard, but now Fredrin gets wind of that, has to make it swift, but no, they can't get there on time. As Astral, once again, we've seen these games before, as now they are going to dominate the map. The load is taken. All 5 players are standing, and this is going to be one hell of an actual push.
This is going to be one hell of an outro push, man. You cannot deny that. But then that Cypher, the man is trying to take out the orange buff here. He really has to make sure that he gets as much farm as possible and also avoid Void Haka, because that man is melting him down. And that was a one tap. But now the Lord approaching in favor of Astral and El Cartels are the defending teams.
And this man, you're just hoping that your team can still make it work through El Cartels. The Lord is now spawning in back here from behind them. And Loyi with the perfect ult. Look at Loyi. She comes in. Proper timing. They don't see that coming. Jesus freaking Christ. And now the damage comes through. The Lord is pushing. Nobody has fallen, but the damage is being done. Astral. This might be there. Big first kill. Big balls. And the dance is still going to range, but this might be an Astral win. My God.
This might be an Astral win, but the Lord is still approaching there. Super Saiyan trying to find Cypher in the back, but the mouse speaker's out. Now great resource used, but the rest of the Moon Goddess is still available. They're trying to end the game. Reverse Fighter comes in, land taker connects only on LTC. Now reduce flash. The man is trying to get away, but the rest of the Moon Goddess is slow. Super Saiyan falls, and Astral are trying to take the second game, the third game. The Prison Swat is not enough. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? As Astral take game 3.
We know, we know. Hey, God. Black Panther, I'll find out. How market risky? How do you feel?
Okay. Well,
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for giving me the game, the correct team, guys. Sorry for attacking you guys earlier on, guys. That's not Astral are going to get the win, man. I mean, once again, you see El Cartel just, Astral started so well. They got 5 kills back to back to back to back to back. And then you saw El Cartels from nowhere get the total wipeout to tie things up. And from that moment on, it was literally an El Cartel's game. They controlled every phase whatsoever till the very late game, where we finally saw Astral again tell you guys why they are the Astrals, as they are going to take map 3. And this is now, this brings us to a 2-1. They now have the lead going into game 4, chat.
Yeah, they now have the lead indeed. But then, man, this has been games that have not been easy to win, because if you know anything about both teams, my goodness, they are not teams that like to let go easy. And El Cartels, even if that was a win on Astral, they did not let it go down easy. as they made sure that even if Astral won that match, they did it, but they made sure they worked for it, man.
Yeah, they worked for it, no doubt. They did work. And Munchkins on chat says, Astral, win the next two, make I go sleep. Relatable, bro. Relatable, bro. But you can't even say that because Alcatraz, these guys don't look like they want to let Astrals win the next two. And if I'm any correct here, if I've got any ball knowledge, I think we are going to be seeing 2-2 all the way to map 5, 6, and 7. They are going to get tied up. What do you think, Black?
Yeah, I think they're going to get tied up, but if El Cartels, they want to show strong get like the grab we normally do in Nigeria Sabah, there's a good chance that we might see a game 4, or then they might just equalize and then we're back to square one, man.
Yeah, that's it, man. They might equalize, and I think that's one thing that might be a nightmare to a lot of people. I see on the poll, on the YouTube chat, by the way, guys, before I forget, big shout out to the ML Hub, big shout out to Blackwater, big shout out to the stream host behind the background here, behind the scenes, Stark, big shout out to you. And of course, big shout out to all of you on the YouTube chat. But again, I need to tell you guys, don't forget to go back and leave a thumbs up on the stream. Don't forget to leave a sub as well. This is the ML Hub, and this is where all the events happen in Mobile Legends Africa and Nigeria and Wally, Delta, and even China, where I am. But again, guys, we are about to go into map 4 soon. And all of you in the chat, guys, go and leave a like there, man.
Yeah, definitely. And by the way, I have to shout out to you as well. Thanks so much for, coming to the finals here to cast it with me. I'm pretty sure the audiences are enjoying what we are giving to them here because this is just absolute cinema at this point, man.
Yeah, and again, big shout out to the players. These guys have put quite a show. Literally, I've enjoyed every beat of the gameplay I've seen. It has been clean all through, and you have to give it to them, man. They are the gameplays, man. The epic outplays, the epic wipeouts. The everything is just so classic. And these guys, these are professionals. These are the best in Africa. Literally, Astral vs Alcatel, game 4. We are about to get that started.
Yeah, we're about to get that started. So just have to make sure that things are right with the players and also the ready up so that we can get straight to it. But man, Jesus, this has been a very long one. I mean, so far so good. The scores are no longer tied. Astral has the lead now, so it's a 2-1, and we're going to a 4. So, I mean, who gets there first, man? What do you think?
We'll get there first. Low-key, I think it's going to be a tie-up here. They might just get a 2-2 or into map 5. But again, if you're an Astral fan, you're hoping and praying that you don't want to get that tie. It's never a good move there to go and get things tied up. You want to extend your lead now, maybe get things up to that 3-1 mark and make it to a map 5 with the lead locked in and just one more game to go, hopefully. But man, Alcatel fans are sat and they are locked and loaded and they want to get things tied up, no doubt.
Yep, they want to get things tied up. It's very important that they do because, man, you don't want Astral to have that lead, man. You don't want, this is finals, man. You gotta fight. You gotta fight for everything because everything is at stake here. The bragging rights, the win, the sponsorship, and man, there's just too much at stake here, man. You can't afford to let your teammates or your opponent have any kind of advantage over you in these fixtures.
Yeah, that's the thing for sure, man. This is the do or die point, literally. So you can't let you can't have any sleep ups. You can't have any. If you're Alcatel, that is particularly for you. You can't have any sleep up because now you are on the back foot. You know it's a best of 7. First to get 4 games, you're going to win the whole thing. You have lost 2. If it takes only 2 more for Astral to go and get that win. And if you're Astral, you've got that lead locked in. All you now need is 3 more games. You have to make sure you're not letting Alcatel tie things up and put us back on the level playing ground. Because again, that might be the nightmare they don't want sleeping or leaving.
Yep, that might be the nightmare they don't want to leave in because man, so far I think the refs are still banning, kind of fixing things in the lobby here. So yeah, that's the tournament lobby. I don't really know what's going on tonight, but so far they're still debugging some certain things, but yeah, we just have to wait it out at this point, man. Yeah, so by the way, we're gonna be engaging the chat. So in times like these, we need to engage the chat. We need to make sure that they are heard and they need to be seen because they are, the ones actually here. And I can see a lot of comments in the chat right now. I can even see some of your comments, Carl, because somehow you seem to have a thing of engaging both me and the chat at the same time, but you prefer yours in text.
Low key, man. I'm a keyboard warrior, man. Literally. If you ever meet me in ranked, if you ever meet me in ranked or classic, yeah, I will type. Me and you will be fighting on the chat like the whole game, literally, because I will be fighting you, be fighting me. We don't need to fight at the tutorial. We are going to fight in the actual chat. So I'm a keyboard warrior, man.
Yeah, the keyboard warrior indeed. But then I'm gonna have to, go do something real quick. I'm gonna, relieve myself in the toilet. So when I get back, I'm going to actually, because right now they're still, kind of fixing things in the lobby. So yeah, let me just use that chance to just relieve myself in the toilet. I've actually been holding it in. So let me just, I'll be back,
All right,
man.
but
I'll be back.
see you soon. See you soon. But again, hello guys. It's now you guys are left alone with Carl. You guys, tips with Carl, guys. Tips with Carl. Let's talk about Mobile Legends Bangy chat. Again, I am begging you guys. If you guys see me in ranked and you're a pro player, just allow me win the game, bro. It's not that deep. It's just a game. Allow me to win the game. You can't win all that games, guys. Please. But yeah, guys, how are you guys doing? And now you guys do let me know what you think the game is going to look like for this map, for game 4 other. I like to call it map because a lot of you, I'm actually a CODM caster, so we're doing maps there, not games. So now it's actually games, not maps. It's just one map. It's just different games here. So again, now you guys make sure to let me know who you think is the better draft when the draft starts, so I can win Black Matter again, guys. You guys don't tell me I said that, but yeah, guys. How are you guys feeling for this match so far? Best of 7, and we are in map 3, and things are as close as they could possibly be, man. For real. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel?
All right. So what's up? I'm back. How's it going, man?
That was fast. You're back. Hello, man. Risky. Welcome, Risky.
Yeah. So far I can see that you're engaging the chat, so that's a good thing actually. And so far big games have been really engaging and really interesting. But I really want to see how this eventually turns out. That's what everyone's looking forward to. But then that timer is not, man. That timer is not friendly, man. This is almost 11 p.m. 20 minutes. I don't know if they want to break this game because we still have a long way to go. This might actually get into midnight, man.
Yeah, and now they have an issue with the tournament lobby. That's the issue, guys. That's the thing. They have an issue. If I think if we're not having issues here with the tournament lobbies, then we would have been fine. But now the issues we've been having are the problem. We need to make sure we need to find a way to fix that, or maybe you just got to stick to the classic lobbies. But again, this is the finals, man. We want that tournament lobby in the finals. We want to have that feeling, Hopefully that gets fixed soon, so we can actually get the game started. But again, the boss that I have you on my friend list, you do? Type shit, Risky. Oh, you're a man of the boss, I think. But guys, we are about to get the game started. And the host and lobby say start the game before we glitch again. Hopefully they start the game soon, Black.
Yeah, hopefully they do start the game soon because we really need them to, man. I mean, all these waits is just creating suspense for the people watching, man.
Yeah, suspense, literally. But I'm sure a lot of them, that suspense is not what they want. They will fight you guys very soon. And for some reason, guys, I'm back. I think I got kicked out of the lobby. Can you get me back in?
Yeah, sure, man. I'll just get you back in real quick. Let me just invite you, man. Yeah, so you can
Thank you. I didn't get. Okay, no, I didn't get kicked out. We are leaving the tournament lobby, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not really working. So we have to go back to the standard lobbies, guys. And yeah, it is what it is. No more fancy all skins there. But again, these players, they have money, so they have fancy skins already. So we are just going to go and use their own skins. As now we are again, heading into that game 4, where this time a lot of people have been expressing interest in the fact that please Cartel should pick up an MM. What do you think about that? Do you think the bait pick has been favorable, or do you think they need an actual MM this time?
I think they really should go for an actual MM, man, because so far you can see that it's actually starting to cost Cartel because in the early and the mid games you can kind of work that out. You can kind of make it work, but when you get towards the the late games, where the late games begin to like stretch out, that is going to cost them. You can't afford to not have a marksman at that point in the game because now the damage scaling, you're going to have full builds and all that. Yeah, I mean, the Bane did try. We saw the one tap thing he did there to the the Beatrix, but
deleted.
Exactly, man. But at what cost, man? At what cost? Towards the late game, it really affected them, man.
Yeah, towards the late game, you did need the back. You could see Beatrix, you saw the early game with the goat lane. Beatrix was playing so safe. She was like, just aura farming inside the turrets, bro, playing very safe. And then at the late game, she was flickering towards opponents. She was bold because now she knows she has enough DPS and she can literally one bust a lot of the heroes on their side. So yeah, like you did say, that's going to be a very, very vital part, man. Very vital part.
Yeah. But then, by the way, man, you have to really go up. So, you have to go
Oh,
up there.
my
Make
bad, my
sure.
bad, my bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, by the way, man, yeah, definitely going to be a crucial part of the team comp. So they have to make sure, they go for an actual gold lane this time. I know you want to flip conventional cartels, but please, let's just stick with what works, okay?
Yeah, sticking what if it's not broken, don't fix it. I think MLBB has a reason they said Maxman go lane. So if it's not broken, don't fix it. But again, we have seen the bait work. It worked in game 2, unfortunately not in game 3. So we know it can work, but ultimately it is not the best pick for a goat lane. So it might cost you if you're not able to play that to perfection. So now game 4, we are just hoping Alcatraz maybe go for an actual marksman. If they pick up Bane again, I don't know. The Alcatraz fans in chat might just go and lose it.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I mean, right now they're now on the lobby bans here. You can see Cypher banning the Kimi and Fredrin, and the side of Cheesy, that's for El Cartels, banning the 1-1 and the backs. Yeah, my goodness. So we're not gonna be seeing a Fredrin, a 1-1, and the backs. Yeah, I mean, notably the Fredrin and the backs, because those are the two picks that have actually made their scene in this game and made their mark. So yes, we definitely have to consider that real quick. But then we will get straight into the draft pick, man.
Yeah. Draft guys, let's go. The Bagsy Bando. Finally, we're gonna see now a TC pick or something else that's not a Bagsy. So that's gonna be you running ban. Yeah, sensible ban, no doubt, because you've seen a lot of sustain heroes in this game, and Ranus is the king of sustain. So if you let anybody pick that thing up, it's not going to be a very good thing for your side. But now the bans and the picks, here we go. You see it picking out.
Yeah, that's actually valuable if you think about it, because as you think can be very problematic, especially on the gold lane.
Very.
Can be very problematic, but then more bans coming in as well as more picks. I mean, man, this is the 4th game. So at this point, both teams already know what they're working with and working against. So I think, at this point, they just have to take out whatever's giving them the most problem, man.
Yeah, you have to do that, that's for sure. And again, now the Angela ban, CC ban. The Angela ban, though, you've seen the Angela a lot in the Alcatraz lineup. So that's a very, very, very classic ban, for the side of Astral now, because they know that Angela has been a major problem, and putting that lady down is going to be very important to them. And now we're going to see Cypher get his own pick up. What do you think he's going to go for, man?
Man, this is something we definitely have to talk about more. But Cypher, he might go. I mean, the 1-1 is taken down here, so he might. Oh, no, Snell teasing instead. The man is not ready to make his decision.
That's a Lancelot, by the way, man. That's an actual Lancelot, the most slippery little man in the game. You can't catch him if he doesn't want to be caught. But again, this is going to be a problematic pick now for Alcatel, as they now have to find a way to make sure they can CC that one and keep him there long enough to actually take him out. But again, the YSS as well. Wow, these are heroes that have been banned a lot, and now we're seeing them on the draft finally. But again, the Lampu still a problem and still not being banned.
Yeah, and they're just holding it out at this point. They have to make sure that they don't make any mistakes that will cause them. I mean, even if not in the early game or the mid game, but at least towards the late game, man. The Lapo has a lot of back diving, man. You can't afford to not ban that hero, man.
Yeah, literally. I've seen Lapo be very effective all through the three games so far. He's been very effective. So I don't know why you would still let the man, be a menace to you. But Alot as well. Okay. I am loving the picks this time. YSS, Lapo, Alot, Lance, Farsa. I am loving every single pick.
I mean, the lone spare is actually a very rare pick, and actually, a lot of CC on that guy, so they're definitely gonna have to be careful on that one, man.
Definitely, man. They have to be very careful, because that's how you don't want to play with the Alot there. Once he starts his combos and you are in that area, you are seriously cooked. Especially after the buff he got recently there. Now, Cecilia and Omo, what are these picks, bro? These picks are so good.
Yeah, they're so good, so quality, man. Jesus. I mean, this is the 4th game, so both teams can afford to go for cheap picks. or can't afford to flip unnecessary convention or do something that's just gonna add to their reputation or bragging rights, man.
I mean, literally, man. And now 3 players picking. Now we're going back to bans. And EFL ban once again. The problematic late game marksman. Hey, she can literally two-tap you that late game. You don't want to have her on the open side, and it's gonna get put down. Now Cypher about to ban, and again the comments here are just gonna be like ban, of course, Granger, ban. Even though we haven't seen a single Granger tonight so far, but again the Granger gets put down, and now Conquest for a pick.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what he goes for, man. That's what it goes for. But let's just talk about so far the Uranus ban, man. I mean, Uranus is someone that we haven't seen a single pick on, but both teams still banned him. I mean, are they afraid of something? Is that something we're missing here, Carl?
I mean, I don't know. But I'm gonna see a comment there. Ming says, a lot where they meet for rank, they practice cyberbullying, bro. I can't lie. Those alots in rank, those guys are evil, pure evil, man. They just zing through you, you're dead. That's literally what they do for a living. Those guys are cyber bullies and they should not be allowed to be on the internet, guys. It is what it is. As now we see a Beatrix pick once again. Yeah. Am I surprised? The answer is gonna be no.
Okay, but then not exactly going out of his comfort zone here now. Easy. But yeah, so far so good. Cypher, we'd have to, make sure that he doesn't get caught because a gun is on the Sicilian right now. And if you know one thing about the Sicilian, he's got lots of range and he's got lots of damage. But that is another Bane peak again. Okay. I think at this point, I don't El Cartel now something against Maxman.
Yeah, I think that maybe guys, maybe they met the traditional man. They told them if you use MM, you're going to lose the game, guys. Don't use an actual marksman. Make sure to use Bane in the goat lane also of the games, because now we see a Bane again. I mean, we didn't talk about the fact that if the game doesn't go to late game, the Bane is very effective and he can actually one boss there, the British there, and win the game, win them that game. But once we start to go into the 50-minute mark, the 20-minute mark, yeah, you are officially cool because British is going to want tap the Bane over and over again with a single boss, and that cannot be good. So you need to make sure if you're Cartel, you're not getting anywhere near that late game. Literally.
I mean, man, we just have to be getting. I mean, we just have to, warn El Cartel at this point, because are they sure about this move? We saw that this move cost them in that third match, and now this is the fourth match. Once beaten, twice shy, but it doesn't seem to be the case for El Cartels.
I mean, exactly. It doesn't mean. Like, I can't even speak English anymore, chat. I don't know what I'm looking at. Bane again. Bro, all of us were wanting this man. Don't carry that Bane. And he said, we're not going to go and shut up. And he still went for the Bane. So now you better cook or we are going to drag you on WhatsApp, on Discord, on TikTok, everywhere for the next 7,000 years. Because, man, if that Bane flops, you are going to get cooked. But again, now the farming starts. Let's go, Black.
Yep, let's go straight into it. Let's get straight into it, man. But yeah, man, Jesus. What are we seeing, man? This is an insane lineup. I mean, look at the side of Astrals, man. They have the Lancelots, they have the Arlords, they have the Hylos, they still have the Fasa. Guy.
Yeah, this is going to be very tense. And now we see Sicilian trying to make that move towards the EXP lane, and look at Gato's health, HP already. That's faster, doing a lot of damage. And now I love to go in here with the zing. That's why I like to go and call it, guys. He's going to go in. And well, they are just going to dance a little bit there. But look at the damage being done on lap already. Tells you how problematic the Alex can actually be, guys.
Yep, that's the thing. The vengeance on the Arlord as well as put that on the meeting there. The lethal contest is starting to turn into something else. I can't go back with the first blood. Yes, he is. And that's what Dreamless picking up the kill there. Kise will fall as well to RB. And that's more where that came from. Vengeance onto Gon. And Vincent is not done. He will try for more, but now Easy fix it up, man. That was an interesting engagement.
I mean, look at that launch. He said, you are going nowhere, my bro. Yeah, I am familiar with that thing. Able to turn down the guy, confirm the kill, and that is why Alot and Lancelot, guys, the two masters of Jing, these are going to be a major problem. They are very slippery. And now the Bane falls, and this is 4-0. Astral look like they want to get the fourth map in their favor and make this whole thing 3-1 on the series here, man.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they might want to make it so 10-3-1, and El Cartels, perhaps, hopefully, That
Oh, the start stayed on those players. Oh, last with the okay. Astral, they are so bad.
Yeah, they are so back indeed, but that's the glorious part away. And that is put down. And Cheesy, he will go to the farm right now. Heavily vow onto the creeps. But meanwhile, up top, Cypher, we can see Nibiru's passion. Okay, Nibiru, just to clear the waves here. And both teams right now, they're just farming, but the kill lead belongs to Astrals.
I just saw somebody in chat say, his name is Cartel sold me fake drugs. I don't know what that is, bro. This Alcatel here, I don't think they sell fake, guys. I'm very sure they sell real ones. But again, now look at that top lane engagement coming through. Hylos is there, Gato's there, Bailey's there, Cecilia is also there. So this might be quite the gank already loading. But now we also see Faster close by. So I think they are going to have to back down now. Nobody's taking the fire, but now look at Bane. And Beatrix, they go Bane with the damage. Oh my god, and Beatrix falls. And this is exactly what we talked about with Bane. The early game is going to be his.
He's going to be his indeed, but then we still got the late game. Cypher might be falling off now, but how will it see? Meanwhile, on that lane or down bottom there on the X lane, it's an easy takeout. But no, El Cartels, they don't want to push that lane. Minion waves are not there yet, man. And that, meanwhile, up top, we can see Conquest going in, Feather Strike as well. Conquest have melted down, but no, AOT defensively to get away. But Astrals, they might not be done. Cross pathway comes in on Grimless frontlining that side. Bennett Space dodges him with a breakable, and the technical comes in, but on Grimless goes down. Conquest falls as well. Now TZ picks up the kill. Batfell still TZ, not able to get away. Cypher, Sunrose comes in. Batfell, GZ comes in heavily. Vow, Glaive Sword, Glaive Arrow, but front of execution. GZ now low, but picks up RP. But no, we won't get the shutdown until now TZ. They call him a hero because he saves El Cartel from falling apart. And TZ will save El Cartel in that 1v2 outplay.
That was so clear. That literally had me stressing for a moment. That you saw Lancelot, if he was able to get out the skill 1 or skill 2 back on time, then maybe he might have done something there. But the wire sash just kept saying, no, 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 I am going to put you down before you can do anything. And just like that, look at that score. It's 7-7. Bane again, look at that top lane. Beatrix literally 1 HP, my god. Bane is doing the lotto for his side, isn't he now?
Yeah, he's doing a lot, but then you can see that jump in there, engagement from Super Saiyan there. But then that's still TZ with the puncture, the taunt throws. Okay, Phantom execution defensively, but touch him up with the unbreakable, trying to break him in. But then Traceless from Cheesy. It is just this place now. El Cartels are trying to dive in there. Sanguine Claws does not connect onto anyone though. And that's the unbreakable from Conquest. He's trying to front line, but Astrals don't want to commit. And that's Neltizi, the Lito coming in. Neltizi, you don't want to do that. You don't want to engage there. And both teams have to disengage at this point, man.
And look at that top lane now, our actual focus, where Bane is absolutely pushing bitches back to her toilet. She literally can't do anything. She has to play very safe, and ultimately that's going to be a problem if she can't farm, because Bane is now out farming her. But mind you, they are both on the same level, so all the pushback, and Beatrix is still farming.
Yeah, still farming indeed. But then we can see that both teams are also not trying to push things too much. They're not trying to over-engage. They're not trying to over-commit. And then Cypher, you know, he may be down right now, but he knows that that late game is in his favor. He just needs to get his farm up and make sure he does not overextend and make any unnecessary outplay. Yeah, Void Hacker might have the advantage now, but in the long run, Cypher is definitely going to pick things back up.
That's for sure, but now look at that Lancelot in a very tight spot. But of course, he's going to be able to make his way out literally easy with that S2. And Alok now has squeezed that lane mid, but now Lampus are going to make that way towards him. And now look at that top lane again. Look at that top lane. Hylos finds some players there, keeps him at bay, but now they are going to lose the very first turret. Shanks bites come through, but that's going to be wasted on Hylos.
Yeah, it's going to be wasted on Hylos indeed. Lord Grimlix. You can see him now going down bottom there. He has to get to that total there, but at the end, okay, unbreakable. But Lord Grimlex now with the ring of punishments. The man is now down on mana, but Conquest dives in. But Sanguine Claws making it unbreakable. AOG defensively to get away, and they will not commit. Meanwhile, down bottom of the X playing Super Saiyan, just trying to farm here. And that's Vicent there. The Demon Gaze already marking him up there. Vengeance Lantica! My goodness! accidentally can't find him. He tries to get away, but that is not it. Astral had tried to get away. Sniper finds Conquest there, but we'll go down 3-for-1 trade in favor of El Cartels as Nel TZ doesn't give them a chance, but he has to, man. You know, he's outnumbered at this point.
Yeah, that's going to be a free tussle. He can't really watch there, that's for sure. But again, Alcatel now, mind you, are going to have, well, they do have numbers in their favor here. They have the gold advantage as well. So again, Alcatel's right now, they look like they want to get things back tied up, and that's exactly what they're aiming for. And this can't be good, Chad. This could not be good now, because if you're getting to the late game eventually, for the side of Astral, you have to rely on Bitrix, and so far, Bane has done a really good job at putting that girl at B, man.
Yeah, definitely gonna be tough. But both teams already realized that, okay, look, we don't want to make any unnecessary engagement. We're already behind. El Cartels already know that. They know that they are behind right now, and they don't want to overcommit. Neither do they want to overextend, because, I mean, the worst thing you want to do right now is give another win to Astrals, right?
That's it. You can't let them get a third one. You just can't. You just can't. That could not be, you know, a good move to make now for the side of Alcatraz. You need to tie things up and make things 2-2. But again, look at that top there now. Lions versus Bane. A little dance might come through, and I think Bane might have done a little bit too much here. He's going to get punished. Last thing's very first kill. Gato with the ultimate, trying to save his teammate there. But ultimately, that's going to do nothing. And that's going to be, well, maybe a wasted ult, man.
Yeah, might be a wasted ults, but then that's Astrals. They already know what to go for there, and Super Saiyan just might be their target there for the Ring of Punishment. And GZ now with the Trace Lesser and on the Heavenly Vow. But then Astrals don't want to over-engage. They don't want to overcommit. They have the advantage here, and they don't want to get it, you know, waste it either. But El Cartels are leading in the gold lead and the kill lead.
That going in the kill lead for sure. It's in favor of El Cartels. But if you're Astros now, you need to just find a little map control, and it might just be yours. And I don't know what we could just did with that, with the ultimate there. But again, the cooldown is chat very, very fast. And now Bane versus Lance, who's going to win the fight. You know the answer. Most likely going to be Lance, but now he has to back down, because you see Gato there close by, just looking to maybe stun them. And he's going to go in first. Sees Lance, and British now with the ultimate, but no, the time is wrong. And Gato's ultimate, well, they flicker out, and no damage done.
Yeah, no damage done indeed, but are you sure about that? Don't tell me who fall to cause damage. And that's the part still available there with the Blood Front, not able to connect or take anyone down. And that's the Mountain Shaker. And El Cartels, they get an uncontested Lord. But Astrals, they might not be willing to give them Blood. Grimness has that glorious pathway, but he doesn't want to use it yet. Astrals are still focused on the wave management as Void Hacker takes out the Lord.
Yeah, that's it. Lord now in their favor again, Alcatraz. But it's at the 11-minute mark. We are edging towards that 11-minute mark for sure. The Cillian's critically low. They're able to back it down. Nobody falls on their side. Again, they have 5 players start. Then they have a lot coming. And they have 8 turrets still standing. Mind you, that is quite the number they have versus the 6 of Astros.
Yeah, versus the 6 of Astros. Meanwhile, down bottom, I don't know what TZ is up to. But now TZ, he will get away with the Phantom Execution into the safety of the turret. Now Traceless, Mask gets caught in, turns him up with the Unbreakable there. He's trying to get away. Final slash there with the Vengeance, but Void Hacker takes him out with the Shark Bite. And that's now TZ getting away with Puncture Penetrate to melt them down. But no, that will not get them anywhere. El Cartels will withdraw. The Lord is in their side, on their side, so they can't afford for any risky plays right now.
They can't, that's for sure. But again, you see the Alcatraz, they do have 5 players standing. They have a Lord still pushing this wall. And this might be an inhibitor for them, as now the Shadow Bite is going to get popped out. And Lord is going to be doing a little damage there, but it's ultimately going to get shot down. So now you need to start playing for the Lord. And now Lance goes in. This might not have been the best call. He's not going to be able to escape that one. He's going to fall. The damage was done, but ultimately no value found.
No value found indeed, and that is gonna be El Cartels withdrawing. And really, but meanwhile, down bottom, I don't understand, but that's a defensive AOG from Conquest. It seems like Conquest is investing his AOG more on getting away than actually initiating.
Yeah, literally. No, actually, you know, that's the fact, because I haven't seen Gato get any good odds. No offense to him, but I don't think I have. Maybe I might be wrong for what I've said so far, but I haven't seen a single ult where he was able to get 2 people inside that ult and, you know, be able to stun them for a little bit there. It's literally either been escaping or they flicker out of the ult and then he finds nobody. So, yeah, that's all I think you need to be able to, you need to make that guy work a lot more, man.
Yeah, we need to work that out, work a lot more, especially when you've got a team that doesn't exactly have that much control immunity there, but that's a trace net there to dodge the glorious path away, and then we'll be the only one caught in his conquest, doesn't have the AOG to get away, but they'll tease him and pick my gun. Meanwhile, the back fence comes in, more turns him up and knocks him dead. Very nice from the back, but the Brave fighter needs a flicker, and now Cartels will pick off 4 members of Astrals as they try to end the game through the mid lane.
And now it's a 4v1, and the spawn time, 20 seconds to count it down for your team. Faster now, you've got to defend alone. This is not a very easy task, because now they want to dive you. Of course, she's going to leave that turret for sure. Her life is a little bit more important, but now they've lost 1 turret, and oh my god, the white balls! They take 4 seconds down, and this is going to be a win, and they tie things up. 2-2, Astral fans. Unfortunately, this is not where you take the lead again. 2-2. Game 5 and Game 6 are now assured, and potentially maybe even the Game 7.
Yeah, but things like we might actually get to that Game 7, man. This is going to be a long night, but then it's starting to get to midnight. We don't exactly have much time on our side. I'm pretty sure no one's going to be watching stream by 12 midnight. But then, yes, both teams are actually starting to drag things out. And really, this is what you'd expect when 2 teams that have good reputation clash against each other. But this is no new thing, right? This is no new thing when it comes to games like this. We're used to seeing things like this. This is a finals, guys, and that was an interesting matchup, man. Really, it was. It was an interesting matchup. So far, yeah, so far, man. Yeah.
Okay. That was a really good matchup there, man. No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah. So, all right, so guys, unfortunately, Carl is gonna have to leave us here. He's done a very amazing, job casting with me here, but unfortunately, other things have to be in priority. But then I do appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for showing up, and we did have a wonderful time casting together, man.
Yeah, thank you, Bresky. Thank you, ML Hub, for having me, guys. Unfortunately, I do have schoolwork to do. Tomorrow is Monday, so I have to leave here, guys. But again, wonderful game. I will probably be in the comments watching as well, the chat. Hopefully, I can see who's going to take the crown home. But again, Blackwater, amazing caster. I'm going to leave you in his hands, and you guys are in safe hands. See you guys soon.
All right, then. Cheers, man. All right, so guys, welcome back again. Yeah, it's just me, so I'm just going to handle the remaining games. But wow, that is going to happen. I'm going to take a short break myself. So while the entire, they coordinate the entire game, I mean, man, it's been 4 matches. I need to take a short break. But no, we're not going, don't go anywhere. We're just going to coordinate ourselves in the back end. And once the draft starts, we're going to get back in. But until then, take us away.
night sky tells all.
Your team is banning.
Even the strongest of currents
Your
fail to
team is
claim me.
banning.
Butterflies born by thy
Your
wish,
team is banning.
guided by lantern's light.
This land is our homeland, and
Your
it will
team
soon be
is
your
picking.
burial ground.
Let's hear from the crowd. Make some
Your
noise for
team
yours
is picking.
truly.
Light me up and watch the
Muscle
world
of iron.
burn!
Your
Bones
team
of
is
steel.
picking.
Let's go.
No one can
Your
escape
team
my
is
sights.
picking.
Time to take the field.
Your team is banning.
My kiss.
Your team
Will it
is
grant
banning.
immortality or death?
Time to drop the beat of the flash.
Your team is picking.
And yeah, it's just me. Carl is not going to be around. You know, he took a break, but then yeah, I kind of got into the lobby late, so that's on me. My game actually glitched, so it's not actually my fault. But then yeah, very interesting draft here from both teams, really. You know, so far Astral, I think it was Astral that took the last game. You know, my mind is actually to be fair, I'm actually pretty tired right now because you know I haven't actually casted this long before. But then there's the first time for everything I'm gonna, like Asta would say, stretch, go beyond your limits, right? But then that was actually a very interesting lineup so far. And a Natalia from Cheesy. No, no, no. They are not doing this. Not in a tournament. Man, come on. I feel come on. But then at some point, you know, you have to really consider things, you know. And Natalia she's a very, very conditional hero. I'm not underrating her, so don't come in the comment section. But that's gone. Still going with the faster pick there. That's actually a very interesting pick, if you ask me. And Conquest as well for Lord Grimlix. The man has the last one. He might go for that Hylos. That Hylos is not banned yet. He might go for it. Or maybe Cheesy. Or Cheesy has the Akai jungle, so you know he's got options here. He could go for something that wouldn't be very difficult to maneuver with the Akai or Lord Grimlix. Yeah, definitely Valentina. I do agree with this one because if Valentina is actually a very good pick, but especially since they've got good ultimates here to use. I mean, the hard guard, the heavy spin, the feather strike, you know, to mention a few. But then that's gonna be the draft, guys. What do you think? Do you think Astral has the better draft, or do you think El Cartel has the better draft? Let's take this away, man. Okay, so now we're on the loading screen, and I normally should be engaging the comments, so I'm trying to reserve my strength at this point, guys. Like, apologies. The reason why I'm actually trying to reserve my strength because I'm actually stressed right now, you know. So yeah, I'm just gonna reserve my strength, and when the game starts, okay, we're already in the game here. So yeah, usual early game. You know, yeah, that's the zoom out. Thanks, by the way, Start. I actually appreciate that because you know that saves me the strength of saying it. But then we're heading straight into the game here, and really, man, both teams have really shown, you know, very, very good gameplay so far. I mean, back and forth, and now the scores are tied again, 2-2. Astral's El Cartels, and this is going to be the 5th game so far. We might get into that game 7. We might see that game 7, guys. I mean, this is 11:17, so this is almost midnight here. Meanwhile, on that mid lane there's a little skirmish going on, but nothing too serious. Nothing too serious there, guys. Nothing. But then Conquest, yeah, let's rotate now with yo-yo plates from Super Saiyan. Flickers out a bit early to start using the flicker there, but that's gonna be the Masha. You know, Vicent losing some HP. And that's the thing about the Masha. You have 3 stacks of HP, you know, the ancient strength advantage, but then, you know, you have to make sure you don't get too cocky there too. You have to make sure you don't get cocky. That's the fact that you have 3 HP bars. Okay, Tondarby there. Okay, let's taunting up. Grimlex gets the taunting unbreakable, but gun flickers out again. And that's the second flicker used by El Cartels. And really, they have to consider a lot of things here because they have to be very wary of this Gato. They also have to be very wary of this Masha because Masha is going to joke, especially in the late game. But that's the unbreakable. Doesn't connect onto Void Hacker though. And both teams at this point are going to have to play for keeps. Both teams are going to have to make sure they don't make any unnecessary moves here. But meanwhile, down bottom, we can see Super Saiyan. But then Lord Grimlex there, Revitalize there. Okay, unbreakable, Steel Bones. But that's the mobilization there, cut him up there, but if his spin connects onto the wall, and that is him being taken down. A brilliant move from Cheesy, and he will take out one, and the turtle will spawn though, but that's an early game takedown, so you know the cooldown is very low on that one there. The Super Saiyan down bottom, we can see that the turtle is about to get, you know, about melted down. But both teams, you can see that Astral are not willing to connect there. That's Thunderclap coming in from the master. Get another one. Conquest falls. And the Void Hacker can find more. Last he comes in, trying to find Super Saiyan, but he uses it early. And Neltizi loses the Faraga armor. Meanwhile, Void Hacker, that's the second death. Sorry, that's the first death from Quest. We really want to find this, and the scores are tied 1-1 on both teams. Wow. A very interesting play from both teams, actually. But so far, so good. AOG coming in, Thunderclap as well. Find one, my goodness. That's God trying to save him. But you cannot save one in the midst of those CC and that damage. You can see Vicent really styling with this Masha pick, man. The guy is really doing so well so far. And I'm actually, you know, I'm actually happy, man. So far, I'm actually happy that for what he did. But then that's Void Hacker. Then down bottom, you can see Conquest. You know, trying to hold on the lane for Super Saiyan to come in. But what can the man do at this point? You know, the Angela has to be very careful because you have a lot of heroes that has mobility in the lineup of Astrals. So you have to be very careful. Meanwhile, up top, you can see that's the Grimlex. They're trying to take out the Lito here, but the Astral already took it. Then Void Hacker here. The man is really just trying to hold this lane here. And that's the thing about being in the good lane, man. You have to be very of a lot of you know, attacks that might come in from your opponents because you don't want to make any mistakes, man. You teach for then Lord Grimlex. He will not try for one. Nah, now Lord Grimlex doesn't want to commit either. My goodness, both teams, they don't want to commit to anything here. But then that's from that. The mid lane, both teams are just there again for up top or the gold lane. I don't know what's going on. But Void Hacker nearly fell, and that had guard coming in and a clutch to save him there. And Cypher, on the Bruno here, that's actually a first pick from Cypher in this entire tournament fixture so far. But meanwhile, down bottom, Tondarby to a spawned. But yeah, Tondarby, stay on here. Okay. That's an engagement there, but that's nothing too, too serious either. Cheesy. Tondarby there with the Thunder Clap trying to find one there, but the AOD, you cannot escape it. You might escape decent, but you cannot escape the AOD as that range is real. Meanwhile, down bottom, Thunder Clap again from decent. The man doesn't want to relent just yet. It's on the last bar of HP that the Predator strike doesn't find him though. For gone, find him in. That's the heavy spin. For gone, okay, a bit confused here, but doesn't use it on anyone. Meanwhile, for Haka now picks him up top in the mid lane, but on Darby. Yeah, he really has to make sure that he clears the waves, because in the early games, the waves are really something you have to clear, man. You can't afford not to clear them. Meanwhile, down bottom, Super Saiyan is trying to defend against this distress from being taken. And Cypher now with the unbreakable there, they're going to go, but they don't want to push it there. They got him call onto 2 now with your blitz. But no, they don't want to engage. They don't want to commit. El Cartels, I like this, man. I really love this. They don't want to commit to anything. Okay, up top, meanwhile, he's getting fouled at their last instead. He will pick up one piece. He pays the price for that dive. Meanwhile, the Snappy Pirate got armor the immortality. But now TZ is still doing a good job defending up top the gold lane, the tier 1 there, preventing it from falling. And you can see the stats here in Tondarby. Okay, just rotating down bottom. Lord Grimlex as well, making sure that the lanes are stacked. But then, gone. Man, both teams so far are doing so well. You kind of, you can't even fault them at this point, because Astral, okay, I am you, picks up the hard guard, the Feather Strike, and Feather Strike for a Feather Strike. Tondarby matches gone on that one on the mid lane. So, that was actually, an aura for aura type situation there, but it's all good. Both teams already know what they're doing. So you can see now TZ here, but now the Queen's Raw, then the serious there gets immobilized. The demise sort of finds 2 with the last vicinity for the wings by wing. And the flicker there from Conquest getting out. But meanwhile, Eddie spin connects on to 1. And Lord Grimlex will pay the price for that engagement. And the total has spawned. And El Cartels might get an uncontested total for this one. We can see total has spawned here. That's gone. Starting it out here. No contest whatsoever from either of them. But man, so far so good. Both teams are really styling Feather Strike now. They're trying to take out Cypher. Cypher is defending the tier 1 of the gold lane as Cheesy takes up the total and an uncontested one. That El Cartel, they have the momentum in this game. But right now, the scores are tied, so now spinning on the cushion here. Everyone up top there, Tondarby with the heavy spin, trying to get Cheesy out. But he's already low on HP. Will he be able to outplay him? The concussive flash, yes, he does. He will come in Cypher, comes in with a sliding tackle, but that might be counterproductive if Flickers out. And the Brave Stab with the steel bones as well. Now the heavy spin, trying to push him out. The way counterproductive pushes him out from the AOE. With that Cypher falling into it all. Grimlex trying to get back now. His Massman is down with a 2-man unbreakable with the steel bones. Trying to survive, but Spurs there puts in the space to the yo-yo plate. Meanwhile, the fast takes come in. Cheesy trying to survive, but he's not there. He doesn't have enough HP there. He will come in. That's vicinity from the Cheesy. He's trying to find more. Vincent finds Conquest there. Predator comes in, trying to pick up the Cheesy there. Now with the heavy crossbow. Boy, the hacker comes in. They're trying to cleanse. They're trying to make sure that they do the cleanup of Vincent is low. And he will be able to get away. Meanwhile, Tondarby trying to find Boy the hacker here, but he will fall at the Valentina. Doesn't have enough sustain to withstand that damage. Man, that was pretty interesting if you ask me, really. I have to actually commend, both teams in that one, really. I have to commend it, man. That was actually a very interesting engagement for both of them. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan, down bottom here. For the hacker. Okay, goes in here. They're trying to make sure that they clear the waves, but meanwhile, up top in the mid lane, I don't know what's going on here. Lord Grimlex is trying to engage, but then El Cartels have to be careful though. They don't want another situation. They don't want another situation of which El Cartels will flip the El Astros will flip the script on them. But this Lord has 15 seconds to it, and they have to make sure that they get it in. My goodness, this is a very interesting matchup. No matter situation here, you have to be very careful because you can't afford to make any unnecessary plays at this point. You can't, man. You just can't. But meanwhile, up top, Meanwhile, down for Tomb Raider, that's where the Lord is. Starting out the Lord here, Astral has the advantage. They have the edge right now. But no, the AOG comes in, finds one there, connected to only one, 2-man unbreakable there, but Lord has to take it right now, easy. This is last insanity for 3 minutes of advantage. He finds another one. That's 3 down for help. Cartel's point, Aka will fall, and Astral. They have the advantage, but now TZ just want to let Super Saiyan go. He has to, though. He has to at this point, man. You can't afford to make any unnecessary plays, man. They're taking the Lord. So right now, what you have to do is ensure that that Lord is, you pave the way for that Lord to come in with the fight. Yeah. So far, gone. Comes in here. He has the advantage here. But then, if you really think about it, the Lord is approaching, and right now the Cartels are the defending team, so they have to make sure that they mount this Lord and not give us a chance. Last vicinity comes out from now too. A bit too early though, doesn't have the immortality yet. Now he has to go back, and now Cartels trying to ride on that one there, because he called on it too. They're trying to melt down now easy, but not able to though. It's on that clap from V-Set, and you'll find one there, but V-Set is not done. Because in with it on that clap, the man picks up one. And Super Saiyan face the price. And his spin comes in from TC onto the wall, but there's split two, no follow-up. Cypher goes down. Gun picks up the kill. And El Cartel defeats the matchup. Astral's fire for fire, aura for aura. No matter the situation, that Lord has been melted down, and they know just how to respond to an engagement. My goodness. Both teams are really aggressive. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, you did say it, right? I'm not Zan. You did say it. Both teams are crazy, man. Cheesy, unrelenting, Vincent with the thunderclaps just comes in, and that ancient strength really giving him the advantage there with the 3 HP bars. Then you also have Cheesy here, really providing the vision, but you have to be careful there. Now with the thunderclap, Cheesy engages there, trying to lose the bad thunderclap again. He will go on to Cheesy. But no, Vincent doesn't want to commit to that one. He's trying to gain back the 3rd HP bar now. That's Cheesy there. Good thing. To make sure that he gets as much damage soaked in, because that's what you want to do. Since you're the only person that's the tank here, you want to make sure that you get as much damage soaked in, so that Voidaka can deal as much damage, because the more effective you are as a tank, you can provide a very good advantage for your marksman to really take in a lot of, deal a lot of damage. But then that's 5 seconds on that Lord here, Cheesy. Getting heated up here with Firaga armor. Now Cheesy making sure he gets those hits in. But then Tondarby now has the heavy spin. So Cheesy is going to have to be careful. He doesn't want a counterproductive move on his end. But then the Lord will spawn in 20 seconds here, so he doesn't have a lot of time here. They have to get their wave management done as fast as possible so that they can regroup for this Lord. Unless Astral might have an uncontested Lord, or they might have a Lord dance whereby El Cartels don't have the numbers advantage. Then 5 seconds to this Lord, and Astrals have the wave clear advantage. So they're going to make sure that they get something in. But that's Lord Grimlex there, checking the bushes. That's what you should do as a Roma. You should be checking the bushes. Meanwhile, there's Thunderclap. Decent is low. The cutting call is upon him, so no Thunderclaps for now. Flickers out as Pastian pursuing him there with the boy and bounce there as well with Yo-Yo. Gets another HP bar. Thunderclap comes in. But can he sustain this 1 second Thunderclap? But no, he can't. Right time for his team. Astral will take the Lord. Now, TZ frontlining that one there. And Lord Grimlex, they have to pull back now. He bought time for them. That was a very nice play from Vincent, actually. Granting his team, he actually got bought time for his team. But meanwhile, I hope that was worth it, because that was an EX before the team. But that's Boyan Bounce comes in from Super Saiyan. He's trying to take out LTZ now, but then doesn't want to commit. The Cartels are starting to push down the base. This might be it. This looks like it. But then that's an engagement there. Fernandez might come in to melt down Grimlex. But no, the insanity is there for him. Maybe spin, connects onto the wall. Then Cypher goes down. TC pays him up. But the Lord is approaching, and El Cartels, they have to melt down this Lord. They cannot afford to throw it, because if you go straight for their base, and yes, the Lord will buy some time for Astral numbers to get back. And that is the Lord being the saving grace for Astral from that push-up from El Cartel. My goodness. Yeah, it's not looking good actually for Astrals, but then, the Lord did save them there. The Lord did buy time for them there. And really, you have to consider a lot of things here, but that's Void Haka here. The AOG comes in and connects onto one there. Unbreakable as well. He's in the fray. But no, we'll go down. Gone face for the price. And that's another clap from Vicent. The man loses last HP on last HP bar now. Astral's gonna have to pull back. And that's Vicent. Ready for the right chance there. Dives in with the unbreakable. Then don't smoke before Aka falls. Vincent finds the kill. Conquest trying to get away, but will he get away? The heavy spin on the first countering the Thunder. Darby against TZ. I am you. But then last opportunity comes in. They're trying to melt him down. TZ. It's a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Astral as they get that comeback in this team fight. As Pasean, he has to get away now. TZ, the last man standing for El Cartels. The minion waves are pushing in. That's now TZ. He's trying to take out the down bottom. Then Pasean is there to defend. Can he defend on Darby? They've taken out the bottom lane. Tier 1, but that's gone. Coming back. Got a call from Pasean. And now TZ, he has the immortality now with the Paraga armor. Cypher takes advantage of that in the mid lane to take out the minion waves. But yeah, that was actually nice. You know, but then up top, you can see the jungle is being taken out. And yeah, you can look at the builds here, man. The builds are really interesting so far because you can see now TZ down bottom. And then, you know, both teams just farm here. But Pasean takes content there. The hard is upon him. Might be enough to sustain. But the ground bounce defensively, the AOG will miss. And that is both teams not wanting to both teams not wanting to contest. Meanwhile, Void Hacker finally shut down Vincent on the goal, on the EX lane, and wants to push down. Wow, Astros actually have the advantage here, man. The Cartels, you know, when it comes to turrets, Void Hacker has to take it out. But then that's Void Hacker there. I am you stealing away the heavy spin. But meanwhile, the heavy spin already used again. I don't know what is this, man. Is this same place or what? Then that's him getting touch him up. Then okay, last opportunity does not melt Conquest down though. Meanwhile, Pasean trying to get away there with Boyan Bounce, but TZ onto Cypher. Cypher wins that 1v1, comes out victorious. Darby trying to take out Pasean, but he will get away. Astrals have the win, and they will get away in the 3-for-1. AOG comes in, that's an engagement again. You come at the distance, the Fernandez comes in. Astral might be looking for the win here, and they will go in. But it goes, they have got a point here, but last opportunity comes in. Cypher is looking to end the game, but Cypher doesn't have enough time. They will try to get away there. Cypher, the minion waves are now against them, and they have been cleared. And El Cartels, they know how to defend, and Astrals now would have to push for the Lord take. El Cartels are defending, man. That is a lot. Then the Lord is almost taking down. And really, okay, goes in with Thunderclap. Listen, doing his job as the explainer should. Pasean might want to go for that one. There's Cypher with a bit of data there to outplay, but Cypher will fall. But the Lord is already taking down an LTZ. That's the defensive to go out away. Now goes away. The LTZ using the obstacle as an outplay. But meanwhile, up top, this is the only one left. Last HP bar. The HS Spec cannot save you. Thunderclap now onto the turret before it Hacker melts in down. And El Cartels, they have the numbers advantage now. Meanwhile, Dulex trying to defend against this one, but the Asgard is support for the Hacker. And the Astrals, they have to go back now. They're taking the Lord, and they have the wave advantage. But Astrals, it looks like they want to push it through. It looks like LTZ is not done. He has the Paraga armor. That's there. But that's a defensive one. He has to get away now, unless he doesn't want to be melted down. But really, they want to take out the turret because that's what they should be doing. But meanwhile, that Lord is not melted down. El Cartels, wow, this is really a back-to-back at this point, man. Jesus. Man, this is really a back-to-back at this point. But that's Pasean there taking out the Lord. And, you know, so far, you can see that, you know, now TZ here, Pasean, Boyan Bounce comes in, so they'll put the current call over him there. Every spin as well, with last opportunity comes out, and TZ almost gets melted down. But no, Cypher will come in to save now TZ in that situation there. Meanwhile, Darby comes in, jumps into the frame, but the Asgard is already up for Iraka. The man doesn't want to over-engage or overcommit, but takes down the lethal though. And 900 seconds on the Lord, that's enough time for them to make sure that he gets away from that engagement. But meanwhile, on the other end, I don't know what this set is up to. He's gonna find more than Thunderclap. And El Cartel's down with every spin. They won't find TZ. And let's try to get anyone though. Now Pasean comes in, goes to Cypher. But Cypher trying to outplay the flicker, but he's not enough. Pasean will go down. Astral picks him up. But Astral down bottom. El Cartel takes out Lord Grimlings. And it's a 2-for-2 trade now. Both teams have to go back now, as they will get an equal trade in that team fight. That was actually a very interesting play here. But yeah, so far, man, one mistake is all that's needed, because both teams are just going, back to back on each other. But then that's 45 seconds on that Lord, and that might be the deciding factor in this situation. Vincent looking for a right chance here, gone in the dangerous position there, flickers in with the and he will not take any prisoners, and he does not even consider using his resources here, man. That is really crazy. But then Cheesy here, starting it out, they have the numbers, they have the Astral has the numbers advantage now. And that's 20 seconds on that Lord. Might be the deciding factor. Now Cheesy poking out Cheesy here. And that's Void Hacker. Might be overextending a bit. Cheesy might be looking for the chance. Yeah, that's a thunder clap again. Not able to pick him up though. He will lose last bar. Last is 17. Vincent finds the kill. But Vincent will go down to Conquest. Puts him in his face. AOC Thompson from Lord Douglas. They're trying to follow clean up there for the last. The heavy spin is very difficult there. As well, Aura for Aura, he still does it. He's attempting to hit Astral. They pick up the kill. And that's 3 man down. El Cartels are losing members. But Cypher is trying to melt them down. TC. He will go down to LTZ. But LTZ on the back line loses the Faraga ammo, but the minion waves are against Astral. He will come in. They're waiting for the minion waves on breakable. LTZ trying to melt him down, but Gon is the one to get it in. Cypher, Conquest, Cypher has to get away now. Gon finds LTZ, and Cypher is the only one left. Can he melt down that base in time? So Darby comes into support here. Cypher wants to melt the base down. The base is the only thing left. Cypher will get the base in. And Astrals, they take game 5, and they flip the score lead and the scoreboard and take the lead. Scores are now 3-2. Omo, with the way things are going, hey, this game might enter midnight too. So guys, I hope you guys are ready. This game might enter midnight. But yeah, while we coordinate the back end, I really need water and I need to actually rest a bit. So yeah, while the game is coordinating the back end, guys, let me just take a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, man. Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's up?